Edmonton Sports Talk. My God, I love this.
My name's Jay Milne. Hashtag Blue Crew.
Our sports update deliverer, the Coup.
I'm Zachary Kubusch, and you're up today. You know what, Reid? You might have something.
All right, here's what's going on in the Nasty Cup.
Well, how good is Trent Miner? We're going to find out tonight. He is the expected starting goaltender for the Colorado Avalanche. He will be making just his third appearance in the National Hockey League. He's played in two other games for the Avs. He's gone 0-1 with a 2.62 goals against average and an .879 save percentage. So with an injury affecting the Avalanche goaltenders, which we'll talk about as we get through the lineups here, he is the expected starter tonight. Miner, a former Vancouver Giant in the Western Hockey League, picked by the Avalanche in the 7th round, 202nd overall back in 2019. He has been toiling in the ECHL and AHL since 2021. He is expected to go tonight for the Colorado Avalanche, who face your Edmonton Oilers, who come in with a record of 34-16-4. The Oilers looking to roll out McDavid between Arvidsson and Hyman. Draisaitl with Jeff Skinner and Podkolzin. Nuge centering Janmark and Brown. Henrique between Perry and Kapanen. On the blue line, Ekholm with Bouchard. Nurse with Klingberg. Kulak with Emberson. But, of course, those combinations are all subject to change, sometimes very quickly. Stuart Skinner is the Oilers' expected starter in net. Of course, yesterday they assigned Noah Philp back to the minors, so Troy Stetcher, the only scratched player this evening. The Avalanche have MacKinnon with Lehkonen and the new guy, Necas. Middlestat with Druin and Parsonen. Drury with Wood and Colton. Parker Kelly between Kiviranta and Logan O'Connor. Taves and Makar, outstanding pairing on D. Gerard and Sam Malinsky. DeHaan with Chillington. And I mentioned Miner in net. So you have Scott Wedgwood injured. Blackwood will back up Miner tonight. Manson, Nichushkin, Tucker Poolman, and Gabriel Landeskog, of course. How long has it been? 2.5 years since we've seen Landeskog, or 1.5 years? I don't even remember. They won the cup and he hasn't played since then, right? So
Correct.
They won, then Vegas won, then Florida won. Yeah, so it's been a long time since we've seen Landeskog. All right, so that's the quick setup for tonight as Jay Milne joins me. Two leading scorers in the National Hockey League. That's exciting. No?
Unbelievable.
You can't even believe that it's happening. You can't even believe that it's happening.
What are the odds?
What are the odds? 3 of the top 4 scorers in the National Hockey League. MacKinnon 83, Draisaitl 81, Kucherov at 79, McDavid and Marner tied at 71. 7 o'clock game. We'll talk about it throughout the afternoon here on the Reid Wilkins Show with Jason Milne. And then at 6 o'clock, Tom Gazzola, Hearn, and Salas take over the stream with the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. And Tom will also join us between 5 and 6 for a quick preview. How's your Friday going, buddy?
Fantastic. We've had a lot of fun today thus far.
We really have.
We did some great show prep. I feel really confident that we're going to deliver probably a 7.8 or higher out of 10 show.
I like how you pick 7.8, just in case we don't get to 8 out of 10.
I don't want to... Above 9 is hard to do on a regular basis, and it usually comes from the clouds. So I'm confident saying we're going to deliver a 7.8 or higher.
I think we can do that. I think we've had a pretty good week. I can also tell you the Avalanche on the power play, 16th in the NHL, 21.3. The Oilers power play, 24.3. Well below what I said they were going to be. They are 8th in the NHL. Avs PK, pretty good, 80.4%. That is 13th. Now, the Oilers PK is 75.4%. It's 25th. Big picture, that's a misleading number because they were so bad. And they've been comfortably over 80% since the beginning of November. But they have been scored on the last 4 times they've taken a penalty. So that's something they're going to have to try to correct.
What was the worst they were at? Like 56 or something? Or?
It was 62. I can't remember if it was ever in the 50s. It might have been 58 at one point, but I think it was 62 for the month of October, which was pretty terrible.
And both teams have trouble keeping the puck out of their own net in the first period. Both the Oilers and the Avalanche rank among the bottom 10 teams in first period gold, not the positive way. So,
yeah, that's crazy. Well, we know the Oilers have had trouble starting games. The Oilers are world beaters in the second period, though.
yes.
Plus 32. Avs are plus 10. And Oilers plus 3 in the third. Avalanche plus 10 in the third period. So maybe the Oilers can get the jump on someone tonight, which would be nice because there's been a lot of coming from behind in the last.
A lot of
month or
meandering from the Oilers in the first period.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Well, because even I can't remember all the comeback games. No, was it the first time they were in Chicago this month? Or was it the Minnesota game? They were down 2-0, but got a couple goals late in the first period. So
Well,
they got out of it tied, even though they didn't play that great in the first.
Look no further than the last time they played the Avalanche. Down 3-0, came back to win 4-3.
And that was the game they got one goal, because that was the Arvidsson that kind
got
of
the
fanned
goal.
on one time or ticked the Colorado defenseman and got through the goaltender.
He got the goal right at the end of the first period.
Yeah, it was like 50 seconds left or something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, should be a fun game tonight. A lot of star power in this game. A lot of guys who are going to the Four Nations face-off. Not Leon Draisaitl, though, and we're going to hear Draisaitl explain how he'll be spending his time during the Four Nations face-off. Draisaitl also with a really, really interesting soundbite today on Jeff Skinner, who's coming off, I think a good stretch of games really for Skinner, but especially getting a couple points in Chicago. You're going to hear that at about 20 after 3 when we get the Oil Understood, courtesy of GCL Diesel. Later on in the show, well, for now, I'll just say within the first hour of the show, besides all the regular fun stuff we do, we are giving away a loge table for 4 with parking, which is nice, to the Oil Kings game tomorrow against Moose Jaw at 7 p.m. So the loge tables, are they the best places to sit? Now, I always say, well, I don't go to Rogers Place as a fan, so I don't know. But I do know this about the loge tables, because I sat at one during the 56-game All-Canadian season when there were no fans in the building. And to keep people as far away from each other as possible, as we were doing during COVID, the press box was solely for managers and scratched players, and they moved the media down to the loge level. So for that season, I had a loge table to myself with my mic and my headset. Incredible. I mean, you felt like you could have reached out and touched center ice. So I do know what it's like to view hockey from those, because there's 2 levels of them, right? And they're if people don't know what I'm talking about, the loge level,
They're the curved table
right
seats.
above. It's right above the suites.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's those semicircle tables. Amazing.
The best view in the building by far. And you're on your own. Like if you haven't sat in the loge, just think of you and 3 of your buddies sitting around having a beer, watching the game at a high top bar. Mm-hmm. But the game's right there.
Yeah, and it's not as if when you stand up, you have to jostle people you don't know next to you, and you're served right at your table.
Yes.
Like if you would like a beverage or some food, there is a server that will take your order, so you don't have to get up and line up during the intermission. But is there still a bar on that level?
Yes,
though?
there is. But one thing I will say for whoever, because we have 2 loge tables we're giving away today.
Oh, you teased the second one.
Oh, sorry.
You naughty boy.
Did I screw
you
up?
naughty boy.
Oh, no.
No, that's good.
We have 2 there. I said it. Courtesy of our friends over at the Canadian Brew House. Very, very thankful that we can give them away. And we're going to give them away in a fun fashion, as we always do.
Oh, are we ever?
But it is chilly on that level. What do you got in your hand, Reid?
It's a 20-sided die.
Why would we have that?
Why would we have that?
But it is chilly on the loge level. I don't know what it is. So if you're the lucky winner or one of the winners, and you're taking remind everybody you're taking, especially if you have young children, you're taking, wear warm clothes. You can always take them off. But it is chilly on that level. I don't know why, but it is.
Well, but of course, we thank the Canadian Brew House for giving us these loge tickets to give away. Don't forget, the Canadian Brew House's 40-ounce steak night is back Saturday, February 22nd. This is the menu. 40-ounce ribeye. I shouldn't say this is the menu from which you choose one or 2 items. This is what you get if you order the 40-ounce steak. A 40-ounce ribeye, salad, mashed potatoes, veggies, and cheesy toast for $49.99, plus a chance to win a CBH Gearhead steak knife. Get your tickets today in-store or at thecanadianbrewhouse.com. When did we have the 40-ounce steak? It's kind of a blur because I think I got brain fog from the 40-ounce steak. I think it was Wednesday.
Yes,
it was delicious.
Supposed to be Tuesday, then it came Wednesday.
Thanks to Dustin misleading us
into the darkness.
Thanks to the Canadian Brew House and this 40-ounce steak night. It's going to be a huge success for them. So get your tickets at a Canadian Brew House location or go to the website, thecanadianbrewhouse.com.
Did you hear the morning show this morning? The boys seem to have fun.
I didn't hear the entire show. I heard the last hour and a bit, I think. Yes, I did.
They really appreciate your bookbindery character.
They are the master.
The bookbinder.
They are the master of sound bites. The masters of sound bites, and they really are. And I hope they don't think I'm being, that I'm taking a shot at them here. And I hope the people listening don't think, oh, Reid's taking a shot at his employees. Because I think they would hear me say this and think, yeah, they are the masters of beating a bit to death.
Yeah. Yes.
Like they do it, this is kind of a cliche, but they'll do something a lot and it's funny. And then they'll keep doing it to the point that it's probably maybe not funny and a little overdone. But then they just push through that, and then they reach the point that it becomes funny again. and then you can't imagine their show without it.
Yes.
I feel as if I've heard more of myself on the Nielsen show than I have on this show.
Probably not, but close.
Probably hear more of myself on the Nielsen show than I did the final year I did Inside Sports. For one hour every night. No, I'm never going to get over that, everybody.
Yeah. Nor should you. Spite broadcaster.
So
there you go.
Yeah, I've heard the bookbinder. I hear makes my day. Well, we're going to have to get some Dustin and Eric sound bites for this show. I'm slowly figuring things out how Dustin and Eric do it. So I'm getting my own arsenal of clips. I guess you could say I'm really sort of learning.
Oh, Papa Homer, you are so learned.
Learned, son. It's pronounced learned.
Yeah, no, I don't have to say it all the time. I can just drop it in and play it. So that's pretty cool. All right, if you want to get in touch, please do so.
That was good.
First of all, the email is reid@edmontonsportstalk.com. Love getting emails from people, especially when it's a limerick, which has become part of the identity of our show, which is pretty cool. You can text the River Cree inbox, 780-218-9999. That's presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino, home of the Kitchen Restaurant. All-you-can-eat surf and turf for just $59.99 every Friday from 4 to 10 p.m. And if you are taking in the show with the video channel, I believe the kids are calling it YouTube, you can post in the Nasty Chat, talk with us, and talk with each other. And give us a thumbs up. Man, oh man, we're off to a good start with the thumbs. And I think there's going to be a lot to thumb on this show because we got a really fun off-topic topic that we're going to get to in about 2 minutes. We got a really fun top three, both Super Bowl related. That's timely, Jay. It's on Sunday. Jed Roberts is on the show. He deserves a thumbs up. Tom Gazzola is on the show. He deserves a thumbs up. The D20 is going to be rolled for something very important. That deserves a thumbs up. So give us your thumbs. On and on and on.
We should roll the D20
right now.
Times the number by 10, and that's the number we got to get to. Well, what if it's a 4? Well,
maybe we won't do that.
Maybe we shouldn't do that one.
We'll save that. We'll save that. Yeah, but let's see how high we can get. Let's tell you what, everybody. Let's just because 100 is the minimum plateau.
Yeah,
the bare minimum. Like 130 is now we pretty much get to that every day.
Should we just do it right now?
Let's everybody.
Let's do it before 3:20.
Let's get to 130. Let's get to 130 by the bottom of the hour.
Ooh.
Yeah, let's just do it. Let's get to 130 thumbs by the bottom of the hour. We should be able to do that. So don't wait. Give us the thumbs up now. If you're in a meeting, say, hey, I got to go thumb this show. And text a couple friends to introduce them to the show. Give us the thumbs up. We want to be at 130 by the bottom of the hour.
I don't know why, but I feel violated when you say, please thumb the show.
Well, thumb up the show. Thumb up the show sounds weird. Please approve of the show.
How would the bookbinder ask for that?
I don't know if I could do him on demand. It's going to be be tough because I heard some people saying that they want him to be at the
Estes or at Super Bowl.
Look at my thumbs, Jay. Even as they are bruised and tattered and worn through all the bookbinding I have done, I still find the time to present my thumb in a positive fashion for your program, Jason, my friend.
Yes.
Okay, so
Legendary.
we got to do. We better do the mystery thing, mystery athlete of the day first.
Oh, yeah.
Before we get any further, you're going to be busy watching that
Yeah.
text line. So it's an Oilers game day. So we have a mystery athlete of the game for Hudson's Canada's Pub. You're invited down tonight for the Oilers game and Fridays and Saturdays. Today's a Friday, so after 9 they got the late night happy hour specials. Food starts at $4. Drinks at $3.75. Book your reservation now. Hudson'sCanadasPub.com. You must text your guesses to the River Cree inbox. 780-218-9999. And maximum 3 guesses per person. Okay, and Jay, it's very easy for Jay to see how many times your phone number has guessed. So don't think, how can Jay keep track of all of it? It's actually quite easy to see how many times somebody has guessed. So it's a mystery athlete. If you're new to this, open-minded, could be anybody, any sport, male or female, may or may not tie into something in the news or something going on with an Edmonton team. So just be open-minded. The first clue is Argonauts. Okay? River Cree inbox, 780-218-9999.
And what a fine clue it is.
This was a clue Jay Milne came up with, and he actually stumped me with, I knew who the mystery athlete was, but I didn't know this would be an appropriate clue. Well, I'm saying too much. I must check my tongue at the door. We also have the off-topic topic. Now, was this the Kub's idea? This was the Kub's idea. So the Kub, you better have one to get us going.
You better have a good one.
You better have one to get us going, baby.
Oh, no. Right off the top?
Since 1952, the off-topic topic. Well, okay, the off-topic topic is... Anyway. The off-topic topic is for William Huff. Since 1952, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service combined with decades of industry expertise and a desire to make every job the very best can be is what they call the William Huff advantage. Visit their website at williamhuff.com or give them a shout, 780-454-4536. William Huff did a great job with our sign that's now on the building here in Mayfield. So, courtesy Zachary Kubusch, your Hear Me Out snack combo. Well, I mean, for the Super Bowl, but I guess it can be served at any time. So can you explain exactly what you mean by a Hear Me Out snack combo?
So I would say a Hear Me Out snack combination is something that if you presented to somebody else, they would have an odd sort of look and response to wanting to eat that or thinking of that combination. So I guess I'll give one right off the top, like a peanut butter and pickle sandwich or something. A combination of foods that don't normally go well together, but you got to say, hear me out. Try it first.
Okay, so what's your example?
So, I guess I'm a pretty casual guy. So fries in a milkshake is fantastic.
What are you talking about?
You dip your fries in a milkshake. You go get a Frosty or something like that, and you get the nice, salty fries.
Is this the city police?
Try it.
We've got a psycho on our hands.
Situation here.
I'm an animal.
Fries dipped in a milkshake, or you put the fries in the milkshake and then sip the milkshake through the straw with the fries flavoring the milkshake?
I think that secondary option would be too soggy. You just take a nice hot bed of fries and you dip it one by one. Just have that little taste of usually chocolate.
Okay, so is
savory.
this specific to Wendy's? Because I have heard people dipping the fries in the what do they call it? A Frosty?
A Frosty, I think, yeah.
Well, usually it is with a Wendy's Frosty because they have the kind of fries that you can kind of dip into that, but you could use really any fast food restaurant or joint or whatever, DQ, McDonald's, whatever you want. Usually you want to get the chocolate, though. I've tried it with the vanilla Frosty as well, and I got to say it's pretty good both ways.
This is coming in. French fries and ice cream is unreal. Peanut butter and pickle sando is elite. Fries dipped in a Frosty is elite. I've never done it.
Yeah, apparently you and I are the only ones who don't know about it.
Maybe Monday.
I could get behind it. I mean, I'm not opposed to it.
I could try it.
There is one that I've heard about, and I haven't done it. So hand up, I haven't done it. But I've heard of this, and I heard that this changes everything about vanilla ice cream. And that is adding olive oil to vanilla ice cream.
Oh, really?
Apparently, you wouldn't think it, but apparently it is just amazing. I think I'm going to try that tonight. But who would have thought of that?
Well, olive oil is a beautiful thing.
Olive oil is lovely. I love olive oil.
Yeah. Okay, I'll save mine for later. I don't know if mine is that different, but it's just something that I tried once and I liked.
Yeah, I have a couple more as well.
Okay, so your hear me out snack combo for the Super Bowl. Maybe something you could serve on Sunday.
Send us yours. Let us know.
Yeah. If you're on YouTube, hit the thumb of approval. Does that sound better?
Oh, no, you stick with it, Reid.
Click the thumb of approval.
You
give us your thumb.
Give us your
Give
thumb.
us your positive thumb. Our 130 is our word of the day total. We want to get to 130 as quickly as possible, preferably by the bottom of the hour. So click away. Encourage others to click away as well. We're going to have a blast this afternoon. We do want to get you updated on the Oilers' latest and some interesting comments from Leon Draisaitl about his teammate and tonight line mate, Jeff Skinner. That's coming up. First, we got the Coop.
It's a Western Conference showdown between Edmonton and Colorado with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas getting you set for the action during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Tune in right here on EST at 6 o'clock for the program. And Jets battle the Islanders, the Preds and Blackhawks drop the puck. LA hosts Dallas, while JT Miller and the Rangers take on the Penguins, with captain Sidney Crosby missing his first game of the season due to an upper body injury he sustained Tuesday night against the Devils. And 11 games dot the WHL slate, having Edmonton battle Calgary, Blades and Wheat Kings hitting the ice, while the Winterhawks butt heads with the Giants. And on the court, there's 7 games, with the Raptors challenging the Thunder and Atlanta playing Milwaukee. Meanwhile, Toronto has converted Jamison Battle's contract to a 3-year NBA-level deal, with Battle in his first NBA season averaging just over 5 points a game. On the links, Tiger Woods has committed to play in the Genesis Invitational next week, marking his first start on the PGA Tour since mid-September, and he's been out due to a surgery he had on his lumbar spine. This sports update is sponsored by Advantage Sports Medicine and Physiotherapy. Get treated like a pro with their highly skilled crew. Whether you're recovering from an injury or looking to enhance your performance, Advantage Sports Medicine and Physiotherapy uses the same locker room approach that's trusted by the best in the game. Find them online at AdvantageSportMed.ca. The Oil Understood brings us back. You're on the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Zachary Kubusch.
GCL Diesel has been serving oil country since 1972. From diesel cars to SUVs to pickups. From farm tractors to school buses to a big rig. From diesel generators to forklifts, GCL can test, troubleshoot, and repair all diesel fuel system components. Whether it's injectors, pumps, turbos, filters, or additive, GCL has the parts you need to keep your diesel running the way it should. For genuine diesel parts at wholesale prices, visit GCL Diesel in the West End or online at GCLDiesel.com. GCL Diesel. Diesel understood.
Food Sausages makes their meat with nothing but the best local ingredients. From chicken, beef, and pork, their gluten-free sausages are packed with flavor. Every single bite. Get a 10% discount when mentioning Edmonton Sports Talk in-store, or use the code EST when shopping online at foodsausages.ca. Plus, you get free delivery on orders of $100 or more. Find them at 6736 99th Street. Food Sausages. You can't beat our meat.
Hey Edmonton, ready to take advantage of lower rates and better pricing? South Fort Chevrolet in Fort Saskatchewan has you covered. From rugged trucks to sleek SUVs. And with over 40 years in business, you can trust that you're getting the best deal on your new ride. As the proud title sponsor of the Nielsen Show, EST listeners can drive a little to save a lot with South Fort Chevrolet's transparent pricing and down-to-earth sales team. Visit us today in Fort Saskatchewan or online at southfortchev.com.
The grand opening sale at Sit and Sleep is almost over. This is your last chance to take advantage of the special introductory sale prices on all mattresses. Stop in today for a free pressure point scan using cutting-edge technology so sleepologists can identify the perfect mattress for you. Right now, get free local delivery on any mattress over $7.99 and receive a free bamboo cooling mattress protector. Enjoy grand opening savings with every mattress on sale. Join us on location today for the final celebrations at Sit and Sleep in South Common next to Planet Fitness. Don't miss out. The grand opening sale ends soon.
Are we live? Hey, thanks, Coop. Appreciate it. The off-topic topic for William Huff. Give us your hear me out snack combo. Pizza Ghost in the nasty chat says Mountain Dew and Reese's Cups. Is it Reese Cups? I never eat them. The peanut butter cups?
I don't know. Some people say Reese's. I have always said Reese peanut butter cups.
Mountain Dew and Reese Cups.
What do you do? Like have a sip of Mountain Dew, then take a bite of the cup?
Yeah,
like they don't really work
Dip
together.
it in pop? I don't know.
You can't
maybe
dip
you blend it?
Maybe.
The blender?
Maybe a smoothie.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a lot, Reid. Putting cheesies in the freezer. Yes, that is...
oh, yeah, you've done that for me.
Good. Popcorn with soya sauce on top, drizzled on like you would melted butter.
Like you would mentally.
Mentally.
Just imagine it.
Brelando says fries and shakes taste like deep fried ice cream, which is amazing.
Oh, neat.
And peanut oil is better than olive oil on ice cream. This one I could get behind from Uncle Jesse. Vanilla ice cream and instant coffee.
Well, it's kind of like putting the espresso beans on your ice cream, right?
Yeah. Timber Woodsman says the Mash in St. Albert has a great dill pickle pizza. I'm all for a dill pickle pizza.
Well, F and Za has a dill pickle pizza, yeah.
You know who has a really good dill pickle pizza?
The
Canadian Brewhouse.
Oh, yeah, Brewhouse.
They do. It
Nice.
is really good. And no correct guesses.
Yeah, we'll give the second clue hopefully before 4 o'clock if we remember.
We are 1 minute away from the bottom of the hour, and we have 88. Let's get to 100. Let's get to 100.
Yeah, give us your thumb of approval. Come on, nasties. Where's Jasmine? Has Jasmine approved of the show? I hope so.
See Hendo in the nasty chat. The bacon wrap cream cheese jalapeno poppers. Those are top tier.
Yeah, is that a hear me out snack though, or is that a commonly known snack now?
Here's the thing. Here's my hear me out addition to jalapeno poppers would be to add a jelly of some sort. Like either a raspberry jelly or an apple jelly to your cream cheese mixture. Chef's kiss.
Oh, interesting. Let's dive into the oil understood for GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around, from turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors. They are the critical engine component experts, proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years, now a partner of Edmonton Sports Talk and the Reid Wilkins Show. GCL Diesel. Understood. The Oilers play at 7 o'clock against the Colorado Avalanche. Final game before the Four Nations face-off break for most of the players. 6 o'clock for the pregame show with Tom and Hernan here on Edmonton Sports Talk. So Jeff Skinner playing better, playing higher in the lineup. Tonight, at least based on the morning skate, we'll start the game on a line with Vasily Podkolzin and Leon Draisaitl. A very interesting clip this morning, kind of a longer one, but I think you'll want to catch it and process it, as Leon Draisaitl was asked about Jeff Skinner's journey this season.
Yeah, I think he's obviously, some moments where, maybe he needed to learn how to, be in a winning environment and play that type of hockey and what it takes. But he's been great all year. Obviously, his ice time has been limited at times, and that's really hard as a skilled player if you're not getting the looks and you're not feeling the way that you normally feel. That's tough to adjust sometimes. But I think he did a great job of that, and obviously I think we had a good game. We created some looks, didn't give up overly much defensively. So yeah, I'm looking forward to continuing to build some chemistry with him, and hopefully, there's more, and we can create a great line.
So I was in the scrum when Leon said that, and that certainly made me cock my head a little bit. I played it for you when I got back here to the station, and now we play it live. What do you think, J. Milne?
Well, I think he's trying to provide context to his frustrations. That is Skinner's frustrations that he's been going through. That this is a different rocket ship he's attached to, this team, this Oilers team. And it might take some adjusting to say, okay, this is my role on this team. And this is how I get to be the best Jeff Skinner I can be on this team.
Mm-hmm.
And it also suggested that he's played on some pretty crappy teams.
Well, non-playoff teams for sure.
Right?
Not all of them were terrible, but yeah.
Interesting answer. And it's funny, like I've heard clips of Leon. And when you get him in a mode or a mood like this, where he's just honest and speaking about, his true feelings towards situations, I think he gives some really valuable quotes.
That was a long and detailed answer, not just by Leon standards, but by almost any NHL players. I mean, that was about a 50-second clip. But again, it's not just the length, because some guys can ramble for 50 seconds and say nothing. He said something, and again, the key part of that, he needed to learn how to be in a winning environment. And I get, you and I have had conversations about culture and accountability and standards. So maybe there is something to that. Things change when you're not one of the best players on a bad team or on a non-playoff team. Because as we often talk about, and I remind people when they criticize Knobloch for using this guy over that guy or whatever, would you not agree, Jay? This is a rhetorical question, but just to set up where I'm going. Would you not agree the large majority of coaches, especially the good ones, play their best players as often as possible? Or put them in situations where, right. So Jeff Skinner, perhaps, to read into what Leon said and to expand on things we've talked about in the months he's been on the team, Jeff Skinner could perhaps get away with some bad habits on other teams he's been on because there was no one better to put on the ice when they were down a goal or tied or late in a game, right? And now Leon, I think, is saying, we expect to win every game. We want to win the Stanley Cup. We are all committed, and maybe Jeff has never been around teammates with those types of goals before, or that level of commitment to detail. Commitment to detail and accountability to your teammates has probably never been as high as it has been on this team. Right. Because this is now a team that's grown together, and now it's a wagon. And this is a Stanley Cup contending team. And there are expectations to be on that team from your teammates. Coaches obviously can help out with that, but from your teammates. And it's a great point. That would be an intimidating locker room to step into as someone who's known as a goal scorer. To say, oh, you're going in the locker room with Draisaitl and McDavid and Hyman, who just came off a 54-goal campaign. Yeah. Well, and then I think you even had, and I know we've talked about disappointments for other players. And as also said, well, they're having a pretty good season for a team with a bunch of disappointing players. But even Henrique, okay, are his offensive stats not as... No, they're not as good as what you would like. But Adam Henrique, has been in Stanley Cup finals. He's been on playoff runs. He knows the drill. Even Janmark, who I know there are people out there who don't like Janmark, but he does the proper things that coaches like, right? So now Jeff Skinner is being asked to do those things, and this is what we talked about yesterday. Knobloch wasn't necessarily benching or limiting Jeff Skinner's ice time to just only punish him. He was telling him, look, there's a whole bunch more than that one net that you're looking at all the time. Like, you got to take care of other parts of the ice. And Knobloch today also commented on Jeff Skinner and some of the progress he's made.
I think he's been playing really well on both ends of the rink. And I think about last game where, yes, he had a goal and assist, but made key defensive plays, whether that's in the defensive zone, taking away chances that the other team had. Just recently, he's broken up some plays on the back check. The third goal in Chicago that he had an assist on. Direct result of being in the right place defensively. They're breaking out. If he's not in the right place, they're on the attack. We're defending. He's able to break that play up and then makes a nice play to Leon, which leads to that goal. He's been making a lot of those plays, and which has only warranted more ice time, more opportunities.
Okay, so what are we hearing there? That he's now doing better at playing within the system, as doing what the other four guys on the ice are all trying to do. And Knoblauch said it there. We don't have the puck. Get it back. How are we going to do that? And we read that tweet from the Buffalo reporter Lance Lysowski about a month ago. That Skinner is a good freelance type of player, a good improviser. But when he's asked to be in the system, he's not as good. So Knoblauch and the coaching staff, and Skinner has had to embrace this as well, have had to say, hey, man, like, you got to do the right things. And I think you talked about accountability, Jay. Like, if the other four guys on the ice are saying, Jeff, this is how we check. This is where we are when the other team's trying to get the puck through the neutral zone. We're not going to get the puck back if you're the one guy doing his own thing, right? I don't know if those conversations directly happen or need to directly happen, or if it's a little sideways glance on the bench, or just Knoblauch sitting him down as he has. But it appears that some of those things are starting to sink in.
I heard from that comment from Knoblauch that the defensive side of things is coming around to a standard, I guess, allowable to be in the top six, right? And that was always the problem. We've highlighted that for quite a while. Sure, he can score goals, although he wasn't scoring all that much. But defensively, he was a liability. And if you're not on the power play, you're not on the PK, you got to be a better two-way player. And like I said, this is a small sample size, but this is a very positive step for the development and how if they can create these two forward lines in the top six that are a 1-2 punch, that is going to add a lot to their chances of surviving and making it through the playoffs.
Yeah, I find that really interesting. Again, I find it interesting how kind of blunt Leon was about it today, because it was sort of a critical comment of a teammate without like saying, oh, he's terrible, but he's saying
he's finding his way.
He's kind of saying like he's kind of saying like we were in we're in like fourth year university and he was still in grade 12 when he got here. Like that's almost like what he's saying. It's not that he isn't capable or smart. He just hadn't caught up to the rest of us yet. And look, we saw that here when the Oilers had, like I used to hear it all the time. Well, why is Hall out there late in the game? He gave the puck away 3 times. Well, because there's no one else that might score. So Skinner was in that situation on some of his other teams. He was going to get ice time regardless because he was one of the most talented guys on the team. Now he doesn't have that luxury. We hit 100, right?
Yep.
We hit 100, so pretty good. Keep going with the thumbs up on YouTube. If you're tuning in as well through iHeartRadio or the TuneIn Radio app or on the website, EdmontonSportsTalk.com, we thank you for that. Remember as well that we of course, are a live streaming station, but we also podcast everything after the fact. So subscribe to the Reid Wilkins Show, the Nielsen Show, the Oil Stream, EST Afternoons with Hernan Salas and Walking Gage, all our shows, wherever you get your podcasts, and that way you will not miss a thing. Want to just get to this clip as well. Leon Draisaitl on the scoring race with Nathan MacKinnon.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't aware where I'm at, but there's so many great players up there. It's so tight. This is a 1-2 game swing that can go in any direction, and I'm aware of that. And this is not the time right now to, throw every egg in the basket and try and be the leader. Whoever it ends up being is deserving of it, and there's lots of guys in the race.
Yeah, I think here's how I look at that. Most players are at least generally aware of their stats. I mean, Rob Brown used to say all the time, especially early in the season, if you're a forward, even if you're a depth guy and it's game 7, 8, 9, 10 of the season and there's a 0 in the goal column, That's sitting on look at Connor Brown last year. I don't think Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl necessarily want to win the scoring race, but they also know the more points they get, the better the team does. So
I disagree.
You think they want to win?
Yes. I think
down?
Leon Draisaitl does. Because you know what? Winning is awesome.
True.
Winning that is awesome. It's prestigious. There's only one person a year that can get it. And as a competitor, as an athlete, you damn right he wants to win that. Now, it's a win-win for fans of this team.
Right, that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah. But the more he pots in, the better this team is. But no question, he'd love to have that piece of that trophy on his trophy case.
Okay, 780-218-9999 is the River Cree inbox. You can email Reid at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Keep posting your messages, not just for us, but chat with each other in the Nasty Chat on YouTube, and keep driving up that thumbs up total as we're looking pretty good to get to 130 soon if everybody keeps chipping in. Little more from Oilers practice today. We'll give out our second clue for the Hudson's Canada's Pub Mystery Athlete of the Game. As we move along this afternoon, I'm going to make prop bets for the Super Bowl live on air. Jay and I have not discussed this. I haven't even looked at it ahead of time. We're going to wing it.
And we haven't discussed it, but I'm riding with you,
Jay's
Reid.
going to bet whatever. Now, we should add, we are betting very, very, very modest amounts.
Yeah, $20.
Total, like not on each individual prop bet. We got our ski report coming up. Oh, and when we get back, we're going to give away the 4 tickets to a Loge table for the Oil Kings game tomorrow night. Comes with parking as well. But here comes the Coupe first.
The Oilers host the new Look Avs with the 2 frontrunners for the Hart Trophy in Leon Draisaitl and Nathan MacKinnon facing off from Rogers Place. Join Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas as they go live for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show at 6 right here and only here on EST. And for their games, dot the slate having JT Miller and the Rangers taking on the Pens with Sidney Crosby out of the lineup as he's suffered an upper body injury Tuesday night, which keeps him out of action today. And Dallas is on the road in LA. The league-leading Jets seeking 8 straight wins when they challenge the Islanders, while the Blackhawks face the Preds. And in Calgary, the Oil Kings battle the Hitmen. Everett hits the ice in Kamloops, while it's a war in Washington between Spokane and Seattle, having 11 games in the WHL. And 7 games in the association sees the Raptors play the Thunder, Nets, and Heat tipping off, while the Spurs meet the Hornets. On the links, Tiger Woods has committed to playing in the Genesis Invitational next week, marking his first start on the tour since mid-November. This sports update is brought to you by Find. Find Edmonton takes your unused furniture and home goods to help those moving out of homelessness. Get donations picked up or drop them off free of charge. Find out how you can make an impact at findedmonton.com or call them at 780-988-1717. Reid Wilkins and Jay Milne keep rolling on the show on the other side of the break. I'm Zachary Kubusch for your sports update.
Get your fix every single game with the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas. Whether it's breaking down the starting lineup, predicting key matchups, or diving deep into the game's biggest moments, Tom and Hernan are here to give you the best insight and analysis in the city. After the final horn, get the breakdown of every key moment, performance, and player reactions. It's your one-stop shop for all things game day. Catch the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
You want the heavy hitters on your team, both on and off the ice. If you've been injured in a car accident, call the heavy hitters of injury law. James H. Brown and Associates, Alberta Injury Lawyers. With over 200 years of combined injury law experience, their precedent-setting lawyers are ready to help. Locally owned and proud Edmonton Oilers fans, James H. Brown and Associates wants to support you with their unrivaled experience, unrivaled results, and unrivaled commitment. When accidents happen, head to jameshbrown.com.
Gallo LLP is an Alberta-based accounting firm with expert chartered professional accountants in both our Edmonton and Sherwood Park accounting firms. Our experienced and innovative accountants provide financial advice that saves our clients money. Simply put, we help our clients protect their assets and grow their businesses. At Gallo LLP, they go beyond the numbers to ensure the continued success of your business. Reach out to Preet or John to discuss how they can help your business grow. Visit gallollp.ca today and see how they can help you you take your business to the next level.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know. All right, thanks a lot for joining us this afternoon. I am Reid Wilkins, and he, of course...
I know who you are. Jason Milne of the Reid Wilkins Show, 3 to 6 p.m. on Edmonton Sports Talk. Have you come at long last?
We're in the James H. Brown studio of James H. Brown Personal Injury Law Firm. The heavy hitters of injury law with over 200 years of experience. James H. Brown will get you the settlement you deserve. JamesHBrown.com is the website. Book your private consultation today. So, we are going to give away a loge table for 4, which means you can seat 4 people total at the table, with parking, which is a nice bonus, to the Oil Kings game against Moose Jaw, 7 o'clock tomorrow. Oil Kings, solid team. We featured several of their players on the show throughout the course of the season, so maybe you feel like you've got to know them a little bit, and you get to go and watch them. So what we're going to do here, I have, if you're watching on YouTube, you'll see what I'm holding up. If not, I'm going to tell you. I have my 20-sided die in my hand. I should point out, it's not the only 20-sided die I own, obviously.
Hello.
But it's the only one I have here at work. So,
Reid, I need to clarify something.
Yes.
What are we going to, could somebody's, this has to come in on the River Cree inbox text line, 780-218-9999, because I need to be able to get back in touch with you. How are we going to keep somebody from just guessing 1, 2, 3, 4? You know what I mean?
Well, that's really what they're doing anyway.
3 guesses.
You
get 3 guesses.
Oh, yeah, 3 guesses.
You get 3 guesses.
I'd say you get 1.
2 guesses.
2 guesses per phone number. And Jay's not going to count anything that's coming in the next 30 seconds, right? Because I haven't even rolled the die yet. Okay? So you have to guess what number I rolled on the D20. Here is the official roll. All right, Jay, there's the number. You see it?
You got it.
All right. So the first person to guess the number I rolled on the D20, you just make sure you can see it there. It's this.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, good.
Okay, good. Just make sure. Wins the Loge table to the Oil Kings game tomorrow, which is a pretty cool thing to win. Oilers tonight at 7 o'clock, and then they have, well, most of them get a break. John Klingberg, of course, is one of the newer members of the Edmonton Oilers. Head coach Chris Knobloch commented on how he's doing.
He's only been with us for a handful of games, and I think he's done a really good job of playing without a training camp, and everyone's at their peak performance right now, pretty much the middle of the season, playing their best hockey, and he hasn't had that much leeway, much warm up. He had a handful of practices with us, like I said, no exhibition games, and we're not sheltering him at all. We want to see what he has and how he can play, and I think his minutes probably every night's been probably about 15 to 18 minutes ish, and I think that's a good place to start for him.
All right, yeah. Hopefully Klingberg can continue to come along. Expected to be paired with Darnell Nurse tonight. Do we have a winner?
We do.
All right, so I rolled a 14. So who's going to the Oil Kings game tomorrow with 3?
It was nameless. It came in at 350. There were people, it came in at 349. I replied at 350. There were other people that guessed 14, but this fella.
How many guesses did we get for a contest like this? Dozens?
Reid,
lots. That's amazing.
At least 50.
That's amazing. That's
yeah.
amazing. Now, here's what I can tell you that's really exciting. That if you still want to go to the Oil Kings game and sit at a Loge table, which is very exciting, we're going to give away more tickets later on the show, but we will not be using the D20. We will have a totally different style of contest.
520.
520
We're
is
going to
when
be
it's
giving
scheduled?
them away, yeah.
I guess I should know that since I think I'm the one that's scheduled.
I think you made the show
made
lineup.
that decision. No! All right.
So this will be more of a trivia-based one.
Yeah, this will be a fun one as well, and it'll reward people who have been longtime listeners of this show in
Bingo.
its 5-month existence. Okay, we're going to shift gears a little bit here. Oh, this is so cool to talk to Brian. It's the Marmot Basin Ski Report. Ski for half price every day with the Marmot Escape Card, only $99. You can also get 4 lift tickets for the family for only $329. All of this is at skimarmot.com. Great deal for families. And only available online from Marmot Basin. Our buddy Brian Rode is checking in on the video link today. Hey, Brian, how are you?
I'm well, fellas, and you?
Very good. Thanks for fitting us in. I know you're always busy in the afternoons. I got to start because I heard I know Dusty and Eric do an update in the morning. The cold was challenging, at Marmot?
Yeah, it was cold. I mean, we all know how cold it got, and too cold to ski. We had to close actually for a couple of days. It came in Sunday, so Sunday afternoon we operated with some limited lifts, but then Monday, Tuesday, way too cold to put skiers up on chairlifts on those 2 days.
Yeah, I can imagine that, even when it's not quite cold enough to close down, do you have to train your staff somewhat to be able to, to manage something like that? Especially, I mean, I have 3 kids, so you're always concerned about frostbite and, just them being uncomfortable. But how does your staff handle that in extreme temperatures?
Yeah, we have like most every skier would have a cold weather protocol. So for us, when it gets to minus 30, that's when, the equipment is not happy at all with those kind of temperatures. And that, of course, can cause some problems if we try to operate them. So everything, it comes from a place of safety, right? So at those kind of temperatures, we don't want to put people out there. And we do have a protocol for that. So if it starts to get a little bit warmer, minus 28, minus 27, once we break that minus 30, then we start with opening the lifts in the lower part of the mountain. That as the temperatures rise, we'll open more and more lifts, as long as it gets warm enough that, again, those chairlifts are happy with us to do that.
And how is everything going out of the hill? How are the conditions? How is, this is the first year you opened the chairlift up to the Goat's Eye. How has that all been received by your faithful skiers and snowboarders?
Yeah, great. Up to the knob. That's where that new chairlift goes. No, it's okay. But it does go way up there. Well, fortunately, the temperatures have smartened up here. So today in Jasper, we got up to about minus 11, and this weekend is looking awesome. It's going to be sunny right through the weekend with highs of anywhere between minus 10, minus 15, something like that. And that's really pleasant temperatures on the mountain. I guess, one little sort of benefit of being closed for those 2 days, if there is one, is we got a lot of grooming done. So all our groomers are still working. That they don't have a problem in that kind of temperature. And of course, those fellas are in a heated cabin. So they got a lot of grooming done. Conditions throughout the mountain now are superb. So it's going to be a nice weekend with the weather and the snow conditions we have right now.
Well, I got one more here for you, Brian, before we let you go, because, skiing's great and all, but especially if you're skiing in the cold temperatures and you're really working out there and you're putting in a good shift. But some would say that maybe the second best part of the skiing is the après ski. And what would be your beverage of choice? What is Brian, after a nice session of shredding up Marmot Basin, would he come in, and what's your favorite après ski beverage?
Oh boy! Well, you picked a guy. You picked a guy with not a lot of creativity, because I got to tell you, I always enjoy a pint of beer myself. But if I had to go what you might call a more exotic drink, we make a wicked old fashioned. So that's always a good old standby for sure. Yeah.
Wow. Well, thank you, Brian. I appreciate. Oh, you
I have one more for Brian. I have to ask.
Yeah.
Who wins on Sunday, and give us a score.
There you go.
Oh boy, okay, I'm going to stick my neck out here and say not the Red guys this year, and I think Philly are going to take it by about 3 points. How's that?
That's Brian. You're the best.
That's good.
Have a great weekend at
Okay.
Marmot. We've loved having you in Marmot, part of our show, part of our station. So thank you so much. Glad it's warmed up so people can get back out there. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks, gents.
Brian Road, Marmot Basin. So here's what you got to do. SkiMarmot.com is where you want to go. And, there's so many great deals there, Jay. Only $99 for the Marmot Escape card. You can get 4 lift tickets for the family for $329. SkiMarmot.com. That is the website. We love having Brian on.
Reid, we have a development.
A good one or a bad one? This is something that's going to irritate me, isn't it?
No, I wouldn't say that. So the fellow that won, that nailed it.
He
on
doesn't want to go.
He nailed it on his first guess. The first guess was 14. Boom, nailed it. And he said, "Dang, I just realized I can't do it. I have another commitment."
Okay, we got to give it to somebody else.
I'm giving it to the next person.
That's what I mean.
That was the next in line to guess. They guessed 6 and 14. That's Big Slam Nasty. I'm going to send you a text right now, and we'll get those tickets out to you. But don't forget, we have another Loge table, and don't forget, parking's included.
Yeah, this is great.
This is amazing.
Yeah, this is a very convenient night out, especially, I think it's cold for like another week at least.
And you know what?
Cold.
I do appreciate that listener saying that and being honest,
Which
because you'd
is
hate
nice.
for them to go to waste when there's somebody else that would use them, right?
Yeah. Okay, so 780-218-9999 is the River Cree inbox, and that's also where you're texting your guesses. You have so much to keep track of on the inbox.
Bring it, baby. I love it.
It's amazing what you do, Jay.
I like multitasking. I'd rather be busy than not.
Yeah, like sometimes you would carry a couch and sell it at the same time. Would you ever just walk around the showroom with a big chair above your head? Couch for sale! Couch for sale! Get your couches, or chair, I guess.
We would often set up furniture. You got to set up new display models and whatnot. We'd often leave the packaging out and make it look a little bit scattered.
Oh, nice.
Because then we're too busy to clean up that. We're just hustling and bustling here. So, but what do you need? How many do you want? Little bit of a tactic.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Now I don't have any skin in the game. I can tell you all the secrets.
The behind the scenes of the furniture industry.
We'll have to do that one day.
It's not as simple as a trip to the store. How are you being misled?
Yeah.
And then you're in silhouette with your voice changed.
I remember we used to put out the cow. Sometimes we would make it look like we had a lot more couches than we did.
Yes, that's so good.
Confessions of the furniture industry. The second clue, I seriously wonder if people can keep track of everything that's going on this show. Because a lot of stuff really has nothing to do with anything. And we'll be halfway towards giving away something away. And then anyway. The second clue in the Hudson's Canada's Pub Mystery Athlete of the Game. The prize here is a $25 GC to Hudson's Canada's Pub. The second clue, Notre Dame. First clue, Argonauts. Second clue, Notre Dame. We got to take a timeout for the 4 o'clock hour. Start of the hour. 4 o'clock, start of the hour on the Cube.
Get to know the winners, props, plays, parlays, and more with Nielsen and Hustler. Weekday mornings at 11 on The Lock Shop. Only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino.
On the patio, there's whiskey in the jar.
March 14th, don't miss the Kings of Celtic. The legendary Irish Rovers play the venue at the River Cree.
Hey boys, sing us a song. One of the old ones and we sing along.
Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement, bet on it.
Celebrating 70 years in the signage industry, William Huff Advertising is the most recognized name in the game. An in-house, one-stop shop for all of your design, print, and installation needs. William Huff provides quality graphic solutions for everyone. Here in our City of Champions and throughout the nation, they are the preferred signage partner entrusted by many of the biggest corporations, pro sports teams, and organizations to bring their identity to life. Recognize the name, get in the game. WilliamHuff.com.
Play more tables and games.
Play more tables and games. Make the most of your bad game. Oh, you want to, you need to, you know just what you've got to do. It's time to add some fun to your life. Make the most of your bad game. Play more tables and games. PlayMoreGames.ca.
Don't feel like working? Join the Hangout. You never know what you might hear. Weekday mornings 9 to 11 on EdmontonSportsTalk.com.
Nathan MacKinnon and the Avs take on the Oilers from Rogers Place with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas previewing the action on the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show live at 6 o'clock right here on EST. Elsewhere, Stars and Kings drop the puck. Nashville is on the road in Chicago. Winnipeg looks for 8 straight wins as they host the New York Islanders, and the Rangers play the Penguins without Sidney Crosby in the lineup due to an upper body injury he suffered Tuesday night. And down south, the Oil Kings meet the Hitmen with 11 games in the WHL. We also have Moose Jaw hitting up Red Deer, and the Royals going at it against the Americans. And from Winsport, the Ooks men's hockey team takes on the Trojans, while out east, the Golden Bears and Bisons butt heads. The Raptors then tip off with the Thunder. Cleveland and Washington throw it down, while the 76ers duke it out against the Pistons on a 7-game NBA slate. I'm Zachary Kubusch. That was your sports update. The second hour of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
All right. 2 minutes after 4 on Friday afternoon. Hope you're ready to rock and roll and party hard. Jay Milne on the air drums. This is not a Brody song.
Yeah, it's a Brody.
That's Brody?
It's a North Shore.
That North Shore. Which song was that? I don't remember that one. Oh, there's your voice coming in. Now I know. It's beautiful.
What song was this called? I forget.
The Wannick here?
Unik?
Yeah.
No.
I thought I just heard something persnickety in the background. And I guess it was.
No.
It wasn't here. Oh, my God. I am getting some very entertaining texts from somebody that cannot be aired.
Oh, no.
What? What happened?
Why?
No, I'll save it for another day. By the way, we are at somebody be the 130th thumb because we have 128. So that gets us into word of the day territory. Then we can push towards 150 and beyond. What was the character? Is it Buzz Lightyear, Toy Story? Infinity and beyond.
To infinity and beyond.
To infinity and beyond. And what was Woody's catchphrase?
Huh.
Did he have
There's
one?
a snake in my boot.
That's right.
Is that actually his catchphrase?
Well, that was fun when you pulled the string on the back
pulled
of
the
him.
string, okay.
Didn't he have like a few?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
Probably
he
the
would have
most
had a few.
Generic cowboy. There's not enough space in this town for the two of us.
Something there.
Okay. All right. Sorry. What are we doing? Did we get 130?
Ah, double A. Well done, sir.
That is perfect.
Reach for the sky.
Oh, that was another one. I don't think I ever saw Toy Story 4.
You know what
the
that
first
means,
3.
right?
That,
Reach for the sky.
Put your hands up.
Yeah. Witty.
Put your hands up. Throw them in the air.
Witty Woody.
Maybe I did see Toy Story 4. They're all very good, aren't they? I don't know if I watched the fourth
No,
one.
I don't think they are.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I think that one of them is quite dark.
Well, there was one where they were on that conveyor belt and they all thought they were going to die.
See, I liked the one's good. 2, I don't know. They get so mixed up now. I mean, there's a Cars 4 too.
Nope.
Well, I've never seen a
Cars
single
4.
Cars.
A Cars 3.
There's Cars 3. So the first one is just
Yeah, and I could have
normal
done
one.
without Cars 3.
Yeah.
Leave it.
Well, they
Just
changed
leave
it
me
up.
alone. Let me enjoy 1s and 2s. You get into the 3s, like this Happy Gilmore bull crap. What are you doing?
Hi, Quinn.
Cars 3 is a great comeback story, though.
Quinn Phillips knows how to make me laugh with very few words.
Yeah.
It's a bit of an in-joke she just posted in the nasty chat.
You've told me about this
Yes,
one.
thank you very much, Quinn. Give us a thumbs up as well. And also, you can text 780-218-9999. That is the River Cree inbox. River Cree Resort and Casino featuring Italia Restaurant, home of the $6.99 brunch special from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Sundays. The 2 clues we've given out in the Hudson's Canada's Pub mystery athlete of the game, Argonauts and Notre Dame. We do not have a winner. Maximum 3 guesses per phone number. And we will give the third clue probably.
There's a lot of people that are questioning
Eventually.
if I'm even paying attention to this.
Yes, he pays attention all the
Because
time.
They're saying this must be it. Well, it is not.
No, it's not it. You would know if it was you. We'd have a because you can. It's everybody. It's not that hard for Jay to keep track of. All seriousness. And if you look away for a few minutes, it's not that hard to scroll back up. And really, I mean, I don't do it here, but I've watched the text, like messages often come in bunches as soon as you give a clue.
Yeah.
And then, like, it's not hard. We do not have a winner. Trust me.
Andrea's saying, so angry, glue guy. And I apologized if I just hate sequels, especially good things. Like Happy Gilmore was fine. I'm
There's not another Happy Gilmore,
yes,
is there?
there is. Happy Gilmore 2.
Oh, is it still coming out?
Yes,
It's still to come?
on Netflix.
You know what? I never went and saw Wolfman, and I'll probably just rent it because the reviews were quite mediocre. I was really excited for it.
Reid, I'm surprised that you pay attention to reviews. Because you're a kindred spirit of your own, like you make your own mind up about
Yes, I do, but I still will kind of look at sort of the consensus, and if there's a lot of the same sort of, it's missing this, it's missing this. So,
okay, Reid, I'm going to break the rules. It is not Rocket Ismail, everybody.
Okay, we predicted, or Rahib Ismail.
Rahib the Rocket Ismail.
It is not Rocket Ismail.
I had a full poster of Rahib Rocket Ismail in my bedroom as a child. Number 25 for your Toronto Argonauts.
D-Rock says, hey guys, where are the pre- and post-game shows tonight? From Tommy's house and here. No on location today, correct?
No. Quaddy says, are they doing a Titanic 2?
They should. I mean, they keep bringing back the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park. Why can't they raise the boat and make it come to life? It's been under the ocean for over a century. And then, like it gets zapped with nuclear waste, like it comes to life like Godzilla.
Some underwater creatures have taken over the Titanic.
Yeah, it's like half giant squid, half ocean liner.
Yes.
Titanic 2, the squidding. Time for buying or selling, courtesy Damon Bunting, a consistent top-producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for over 17 years. He and his team would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current home. Community-driven, he understands what it takes to make a difference in our city. Check him out, DamonBunting.com. Instagram, his handle is Damon Bunting Real Estate. He is an awesome guy. I first met him at his golf tournament in the summer, which benefited Robin Hood, incredible organization that he helps out. He would say that he's just a small helping hand, too, because he's so modest, but it was a great job he did. And all the people at Robin Hood, of course, do incredible work. So let's hear a little bit more from Leon Draisaitl for buying or selling. What about the break coming up here for he and most of his Oilers teammates?
It seems like a lot of times breaks don't come at the right time. I feel like this one maybe comes at the right time for us a little bit. I think we've been obviously battling with some illnesses and stuff going around, and seems like we're grinding through it a little bit right now. So this one hopefully comes at the right time.
Okay, I do think, and probably a lot of teams feel this way, but the Oilers have talked about, some illness in the dressing room. I know they had that long homestand, but that travel before it, and then this week you're on the road for 2, back home for 1. So I do think this is kind of that dog days part of the season where it might be nice to have a little bit of the break. I don't know if they would want 2 weeks necessarily, but they are going to be getting a little bit of a break. But here's, I kind of almost laughed when I heard this in the scrum today. And then when I got back to the station and I played it to Jay, I was like, hey, Jay, listen to this. And Jay laughed. This is Leon Draisaitl asked if he will watch the Four Nations face-off.
Yeah, if I have time and it's on TV, I'll certainly be tuning in and watching it. It's going to be some of the best hockey ever. So, I'm excited to follow it along.
Buying or selling that he's actually excited to follow it along, as he says. Coop's laughing right now. You hadn't heard that before, eh, Coop?
No, I didn't hear that full clip. He's like, yeah, it's great.
Yeah, if I have time and it's on TV, I'll certainly be tuning in.
Wait, if I have time.
Some of the best.
If it's on TV, like, yeah, Leon, it is I should have said, Leon, it's televised. Yeah. It is televised. Like all the games,
not just radio.
It's not just the final. It's not just one round robin game and then the final if Canada's in it.
That's a very polite way of saying I don't give a damn.
I mean, one of his best friends is in it, so he might watch it. But
maybe.
Yeah, if I have time and it's on TV, I'll certainly be tuning in and watching it. It's going to be some of the best hockey ever. So, I'm excited to follow it along.
I know what he meant. I know he knows it's on TV. It just sounds funny the way he put it. And then what did he say at the end? It's going to be some of the best hockey ever?
Yeah.
Very polite of you, Leon.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it could be.
There's some names missing, though,
Some
Leon.
of the best hockey ever, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Well, it'll be one of the best international hockey tournaments in the last couple of years, featuring NHLers. That's probably like, so Leon, you're this, what is he, second to MacKinnon as of today?
Yes.
So it's missing, it is missing you, Leon. It is missing you, but other than that, it's good. So Connor was asked about, kind of not getting a break, and he was like, "No, well," he did say though tomorrow that he won't want to be bothered, and then it's off to Montreal and if the final is on a Thursday, so that's 2 Thursdays from 2 weeks from yesterday. So that's the championship game. So if Canada is in it, then Connor would go straight from Boston to Philadelphia because the Oilers play at 11 a.m. on the 22nd to get back at it. We got a winner? Yes, we got a winner. Now, I was hoping someone would get this relatively quickly today, though we'll say who it is right now.
Well, let's give out the other clues.
So the other clues would have been 82, which is where this person was drafted into the NFL, 82nd overall in 1979. And then the last two clues were Chiefs and then 49ers. It's Joe Montana. What, Coop?
Sorry, I
Coop's
mumbled
all of
to
a sudden
myself
like
every once in a while.
throwing his headphones off.
We have a Joe Montana signed football in the office here.
I didn't know that.
We do.
Who signed it?
Joe Montana.
Joe Montana.
The actor.
That's great. So here's the thing. We knew that Ismail would get a lot of guesses with Argonauts and Notre Dame. But Jay's going to have to, because I was selling that Argonauts was a valid clue for Damon Bunting buying or selling. But
okay, so he was linked. He was approached by John Candy and the Toronto Argonauts because John Candy was part of the ownership group with Wayne Gretzky and Bruce McNall to get, because his contract had expired, Joe Montana's, and they wanted to get him to come be the quarterback of the Toronto Argonauts. This is documented, but he politely declined because they weren't coming with near enough money.
Right.
So yeah, congrats. And I'm just chatting with the person who won. I don't know who it is.
I hope we got a new winner.
The Deutschland Dangler. There it is. There's the signed Montana football.
Who got that signed? What's the story behind this? Do we know?
I always thought that was J-Mo. I thought like Dave Jameson. Show the signatures, Coob. There you go. See how it looks like J-Mo? For those that are listening, Coob is showing off the signed Joe Montana ball.
He's teeing it up.
So, Coob, can you reach out and get the information for the Deutschland Dangler in the nasty? He's in the inbox. The
That
River
could be
Cree
Leon
inbox.
himself.
Could be.
He wanted to hear how we interpreted
How we
his
spun
clips.
this little ditty. Yeah, and I don't know. I suppose you probably shouldn't handle anything like this.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't realize that. So it's Joe Montana. So I sometimes we just pick a random athlete, which I've done plenty of times, but I went with a bit of a Super Bowl legendary quarterback.
Well, the
today.
Deutschland Dangler said, really? You guys are sneaky. He was linked to the Argos after his contract expired. He was my favorite quarterback.
Awesome.
So it would take somebody that Joe Montana was your favorite football player to know that the Argonauts had.
Because I said to you, do I start with Chiefs? And you said, no, somebody will say Joe Montana right away. I was like, oh, yeah, maybe.
The Argonauts clue is shameful coming in from Rams fan.
Well, like that's because it wasn't Vince Ferragamo, Rams fan. Well, now I can never use Vince Ferragamo as one of the mystery athletes for Hudson's Canada's Pub. So the Deutschland Dangler gets the $25 GC to Hudson's Canada's Pub. I'm going to throw this out for you. Joe Montana is the second greatest quarterback of all time. I would put him after Brady. I think Mahomes and company have to pass him first.
Yes. Right now. Brady, Montana.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I would still put Peyton Manning up in the top 5. I know I guess he only won 2 Super Bowls. But I always make this argument about Peyton Manning, that I think he revolutionized the quarterback position in that now if you want to be the quarterback, you almost have to be the assistant offensive coordinator.
Very, very smart football brain.
Because now, don't they call 3 plays sometimes in the huddle?
2.
Or 2.
For sure, 2.
I think the Colts might have called 3 at some point.
Well, oftentimes you'll hear a quarterback say, kill.
Right, so he's going to the
he's killing
second
the first
one.
play, going to the second play.
Right.
Which is crazy. But as we've learned from guests we've had on our show, Jeff Heck, David Beard, even though this play call is super long and very different words, different positions listen to different things.
Only the quarterback has to know it all.
That's right.
On offense. So
is Tom Brady the GOAT, Sarah Coles? 100%.
He has to be. And as people know, I'm not a Boston area sports fan. And I wasn't ready. I was a little frustrated that people were naming Brady the best after the 3rd Super Bowl.
No.
Because I said, yes, that's a lot, but he's still relatively early in his career. I mean, once he got to 5, 6, 7, you can't deny it for quarterback.
He's appeared in 10, won 7.
Yeah, like that's insane.
I mean, and he won with 2 different teams.
So what, this is the 59th Super Bowl? So he's been in a 6th of them overall.
That's incredible.
Just from his chunk of his career, he was in many of them. I think I would have to put Mahomes now in the top. But here's the thing, the passing stats. I mean, you look at the passing, okay, I've done this before, so I don't remember the exact numbers, but if you look at Troy Aikman's passing stats, you would think, well, this guy wasn't that good. But, the passing stats have increased.
See, here's the difference. Here's the difference between in the NHL, you could have the most points, and you're probably the greatest to ever play. In the NFL, especially, the rings mean so much more than Stanley Cups would. I mean, Patrick Mahomes, it's going to be brought up, but he's got to keep doing this for quite a while.
Well, a few more years, yeah.
To do now, the 3-peat is something of note if he can do that this Sunday.
Yeah,
that is something of note. Do you know Patrick Mahomes is 17-3 in postseason play?
Well, I hadn't thought of that, but yeah,
17-3. That is a sick man, and I think he's going to go 18-3 on
And
Sunday.
the whole quarterback thing. Look, I didn't see Unitas play. I didn't see Bart Starr play. Did I take Tarkenton in our Minnesota draft? I didn't see Tarkenton play. So it's hard to compare those guys, right? But I would think, who would I have? Brady, Montana, Mahomes. I would have Peyton Manning.
What about Elway? What about Marino? See, no rings.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers has had an amazing career.
Nope.
Favre. I mean, technically, Favre as a quarterback
they were successful.
Favre was spectacular.
But you're looking for dominance.
Right.
Joe Montana was dominant. Tom Brady was dominant. Patrick Mahomes is dominant right now. He just needs to do it a little longer. But there's no debate. Like, I honestly get how you can debate LeBron and MJ. I get it. That's a debate. You can debate that. There's zero debate on if Tom Brady is the greatest to ever play.
Well, Dusty thinks there's no longer any debate about LeBron. And he's starting to have more and more of a point with each great thing LeBron continues to do.
42 points last night.
Oh, yeah, we keep hearing about it.
God.
All right. 780-218-9999 is how you text us in the River Cree inbox. So the $25 gift card to Hudson's Canada's Pub has been given out. Joe Montana, the mystery athlete of the game. You can email Reid at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. I have not received a limerick, which is mildly disappointing to me because we're almost halfway through the show. We are at 149 thumbs on YouTube. So give us a thumb 150, and then we'll see how high we can keep climbing. But it looks like we're going to get into double word of the day territory. Let's see how high we can push it. Jed Roberts still ahead. Tony Gazzola is going to join us. He's the host of the Oil Stream. He and Hernan Salas are coming up at 6 o'clock. We are going to have our top 3, and it's the top 3 ways to get a non-sports fan interested in the Super Bowl. So we'd love your feedback on this as well. Here comes Zachary Kubusch.
It's a Western Conference showdown between Edmonton and Colorado with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas teeing up the action right here on EST as they go live for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show at 6 o'clock. And The Jets battle the Islanders. Preds and Blackhawks drop the puck. LA hosts Dallas, while JT Miller and the Rangers take on the Sidney Crosby-less Penguins as he gets set to miss his first game of the season due to an upper body injury he sustained Tuesday night. In the CFL, the Elks have signed 5 defenders, including defensive lineman Ali Fayad and linebacker Daniel Green. And the 11 games dot the WHL slate, having Edmonton battle Calgary Blades and Wheat Kings hitting the ice, while the Winterhawks butt heads with the Giants. And on the court, there's 7 games with the Raptors challenging the Thunder and Atlanta playing Milwaukee. This sports update is brought to you in part by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated since 1993. They're more than just plywood. They offer everything from doors and flooring to decking, fencing, and custom millwork. They have a huge selection of hardwoods and knowledgeable staff as they're here for your DIY needs. Windsor Plywood Leduc, they're the experts you need to know. More with Reid and Jay on the other side of the break. I'm Zachary Kubusch, and you're in the loop.
Love is in the air. I love you. And you? And you? And you! Why choose between your beloved items? Sentinel Storage, keeping your treasures safe to be loved again. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
Got some gently used furniture or home goods that need a new home? Find Edmonton is here to help. Every month we furnish over 100 homes to those transitioning out of homelessness, and we need your gently used furniture and home goods. Drop off at 5120 122nd Street or call for free local pickup. Just visit findedmonton.com to learn how your donations can help create a home for someone in need. Plus shop our thrift store, in-store or online, with proceeds benefit those moving out of homelessness through housing supports. Visit us at findedmonton.com. Find Edmonton, supporting our community one home at a time.
The Canadian Ice House is taking your sports experience to a higher level. Trackman golf simulators are now open at the Ice House, an immersive and realistic golfing experience in the heart of downtown Edmonton. Visit in-store or at thecanadianicehouse.com for details.
Your home for live music and great performances is
the River Cree Resort and Casino.
On the patio, there's whiskey in the jar.
March 14th, don't miss the Kings of Celtic. The legendary Irish Rovers play the venue at the River Cree.
Hey boys, sing us a song. One of the old ones and we sing along.
Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement, bet on it.
Tommy Gunn's Barbershop is more than just a barbershop. It's a top-notch, tailor-made experience from check-in to check-out. Get a precision haircut, a classic shave, or a facial to step up your style. Just walk in, relax, and let Tommy Guns take it from there. Find comfort in knowing their team follows the code, which is their commitment to care for you as a customer. Check out Tommy Guns today, in-store or online at TommyGuns.com to bring out the best in you. Tommy Guns, where every cut is done right every time.
So in about an hour, maybe a little less than an hour, we're going to give away another Loge table for tomorrow night's Oil Kings game, 7 o'clock at Rogers Place against Moose Jaw. So you get a Loge table for 4, you get parking, and you get a great night with your friends, family, whoever you want to take, watching the Oil Kings play. And I think people know WHL is a great caliber of hockey, but I'll say it in case somebody hasn't seen it. It's an incredible caliber of hockey. So we'll give that away in about an hour. So but here's my thing, though, Jay. You were saying how cold it is at a Loge table. So you went to an Oilers game at a Loge table?
Yes.
And I'm in the press box, and I've said how it's cold. Is there anywhere in Rogers Place that isn't cold?
Yeah. I've sat in upper deck. I've sat in lower. I've sat in the theater boxes. Quite cozy.
Well, how are those in there? I'd love to watch something from there.
They're fantastic. My cousin has seats that he's generous enough to offer to me and bring me along a couple times. Fantastic. And they come with like a buffet.
But like behind.
Yeah. So the food there is top shelf. I mean, if you want it, it's there. I went there once. There was a side of beef. Reid, I'm not kidding. that was as big as that TV.
And we have was this a 50-inch behind us probably?
And the person was just carving right off of it. It was something to see.
Oh.
But I think as far as views go, Loge are by far the best.
Like I said, it's you feel as if you could reach out and touch center ice.
Like you're on top of it.
Yeah, I mean, I know the lower deck is below you, but it's just that feeling that you don't have heads or people right in front of you. And you feel like you're right over top.
Washroom access, super easy.
Yeah.
Ordering, super easy. But yeah, a little chilly, a little drafty.
We have a limerick from the Big Uke, who is a mountainous, molten mound of manly magma. You know what? I trust the Big Uke so much I read these cold. I probably shouldn't do that.
He deserves that.
They always tell you when you're in broadcasting school, they're like, never read anything cold. I remember they had one of our profs at NAIT. I believe it was, remember Lloyd Robertson? Visited one of the NAIT classes. And they said, Mr. Robertson, would you read our newscast on NR92? And he said, oh, sure, I'd love to. And they said, oh, great. We're up in about a minute. Here's the script. Go ahead. And he was like, whoa. I don't read anything cold.
Wow.
Not even, but that's cool. He's like, I don't care how many people are listening or if I'm doing something for quote unquote fun on the NAIT radio station. I should probably
adopt that practice. I think the Uke has
we trust the Uke, I suppose.
Curried your favor enough.
He really has. All right, here's the limerick. Avs in town with the scorer in first. Scoring goals sure does quench Leon's thirst. Super Bowl is near. Bad day to be beer. What are your honest thoughts on Fred Durst? I think Fred Durst is rolling.
What?
Is that a correct reference?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I know. He was Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
And they had a song Rollin' or Rollin'.
He is Limp Bizkit.
He's
Limp
the only
Bizkit's
guy?
still touring.
Okay.
No, but they're still a thing.
Oh, they're still a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know how I knew that.
Fred Durst now has taken on this different... He dresses differently for different shows.
Was that the guy, the guitar player, was Wes Borg?
Yes,
he wore that
Borland.
white mask?
Wesley Borland.
The Borg.
And he won the...
Imagine if he was a Borg.
He's worn masks that look like he was on... what's that movie with Johnny Depp, Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yes.
And they have the person with the face that's all tentacly.
Oh, yeah.
He's worn a mask like that.
Oh, neat.
Performing.
So that's his shtick. He wears masks on stage.
And now Fred Durst is dressing up sometimes he sometimes dresses up like, what was it, Joanne and Hal from Participation?
Really?
Or Participation?
Well, what were their names?
Leisure Suits?
Joanne.
Yeah, Hal.
What were their last names?
Oh,
Hal. Were they married? I think they were married. Oh, what was their name? Was it Macintosh?
No, Hal.
Are you doing it?
I'm
Google Participation people. Now, I think I want to dress up as a Borg for Halloween. Just a big metal cube.
Hal Johnson.
Right.
And Joanne McLeod.
Okay, but I thought they were married. Maybe not.
Are Hal Johnson and Joanne McLeod still married? Yes.
Nice.
They are still married. They are the co-creators of the Canadian fitness program, Body Break.
It was Body Break.
Yes. They married in 1999. They met at a gym and started dating. No, this is not a limerick.
We should get them on for Valentine's Day.
They competed on the Amazing Race
we got 2
Canada.
weeks without NHL, and in your mind, no hockey at all. Yeah. Hey, Jay, did you see that Four Nations face-off game last night? Sorry, what? You're going to be like, sorry, what? No, I didn't actually read. What are you talking about?
Pardon me. Maybe we should get them on for Valentine's.
We should try. How old are they? We should get them on Valentine's Day.
I mean, 90. So they married in, let's say, 2000. They probably, I don't know, you usually marry in your early 20s.
But I remember Body Break being on in the 80s, wasn't it? I mean, maybe they were born in the 50s.
I'd say maybe they're 60s.
Yeah, we got to try to track them down. We got a week to do it. We'll make a Wannock do it.
Yeah, we'll do something.
Wannock, you know everything.
Oh, Papa Homer, you are so learned.
Learned, son. It's pronounced learned.
All right, let's learn here our top 3 for food sausage. The best sausages you will ever eat. Locally made, packed full of flavor. Order online or visit them in store, 6736 99th Street. Take advantage of their EST discount. 10% off your order by entering the online code EST or mention Edmonton Sports Talk in store, as Food Sauces says you can't beat our meat. I will remind everybody the Oilers host the Avalanche at 7 o'clock tonight at Rogers Place. We have the Oil Stream pregame show at 6. The expected starting goaltender for the Colorado Avalanche is Trent Minor, just his third NHL appearance. The other two came earlier this season. He has an .879 save percentage, an 0-1 record, a 2.62 goals against average, playing about 92 minutes in those two appearances. He is 24 years of age. He is a former Vancouver Giant, drafted in the 7th round by the Avs in 2019. We've been talking a lot about the Oilers, usually out shooting and out chancing teams, and they haven't really had a breakout game with 6 or 7 goals. Could they get it on a no-name goalie with little NHL experience? I don't know. Maybe tonight's the night.
Yeah, and just of note, Reid, like, I know Colorado, that's a good hockey team, but this is a team that shouldn't be able to keep up with the Oilers. This is this is kind of something I would say, maybe not a full statement, but maybe a half statement game for the Oilers to say, no, we're in control.
Yeah.
What is it on Captain Phillips? This is my ship now. I'm the captain now. Yeah, that's what they should be saying.
I'll have to get that soundbite too.
Of course.
All right. So it is our top 3 ways to get a non-sports fan interested in the Super Bowl. So we have, I think, among us, because now we're just kind of doing it. It's not always mine. Sometimes it's just everybody's. So my primary one is we know this is going to happen. There's a group of people, or maybe a bunch of couples or cousins or siblings getting together, and I get it. It can be painful for that person who's like, well, I guess everybody's watching the game, so rather than sitting home by myself for 4 hours on Sunday, I'll go. I have no idea what's going on, who the players are, why people care. And somebody's saying, like, no. But this is actually a good way to get people involved. Give them a chance to win money without having to know anything about the game.
In comes a Squares board. Enter the room, Squares board. I've done this for friends of mine for 6-7 years. I do one at Grey Cup. I do one at NFL, the Super Bowl. It's super easy. It's completely random, but it gives you a reason to watch the game and be involved. And you don't even have to be cheering for the Chiefs or the Eagles. You're just cheering for a score. Squares board.
Yeah.
Squares boards make it universal.
Yeah, you don't have to know anything because you buy a square or two. And the thing is, you can make it as cheap as a loonie or a toonie a square. So if someone loses, and most people will, it's not like, I can't believe I coughed up $20, $50, $100. Make it $2, $5. Say, hey, you know what? Put in $5. Get a square.
Yeah.
And maybe you win 50 or whatever it would be. And if people don't know what we're talking about, so it's a 10 by 10 grid with the numbers 0 through 9 randomly across the top, 0 through 9 randomly down the side. And if it's 24-24 at the end of the third, you find the square where the 4s intersect. So it's the second number of the score, or if it's a single digit, the only number. So it's totally, so somebody doesn't care or doesn't know, buy this square. And then if halfway through the fourth quarter, it's 28-21, and they have an 8 and a 4, you can kind of say to them, hey, you know what? You just need this one team to kick a field goal and lose 28-24, and you're going to get the $100 on your $5 investment.
And you break up the prizing. So you go first quarter, halftime, third quarter, final score.
Right.
So that there's 4 winners during the game. And it really keeps you entertained and interested.
Quinn Phillips has suggested the prop bets. Quinn, I don't know if Quinn was around when we teased this earlier. Quinn, in about 10 minutes, I'm going to make prop bets live on air.
And I'm going to ride with whatever you choose.
With the $20 I have in my CoolBet account.
Well, and she also brings up a point that I think is a good way to get non-sports fans interested in the Super Bowl, is entice them with the performance at the halftime show.
Yeah, I had that one too.
Right? I mean, it's usually a spectacle. I don't know Kendrick Lamar's stuff. I'm not a fan. It's not like I choose to not like. It's not my style. But I'll be, my eyes will be on it. I'll be watching, because sometimes crazy things happen too. So you don't want to miss that moment. I mean, the Justin Timberlake and
Janet Jackson
slip up. Who could forget? I also had the food. I mean, everybody can put together a dish. Who doesn't like coming together and eating appies?
Yeah.
Right? In an atmosphere, a warm atmosphere that everybody's celebrating and having a good time. And you roll in with your chili chicken queso and life's good.
Koob, did you have one? Did you have one in this category, or did you just have the snack stuff? I couldn't remember if you said you had one or not. A way to get a non-sports fan interested in the Super Bowl.
Oh.
It's okay if you don't. I couldn't remember if you had one or not.
Well,
okay.
Well, I didn't have one, but one comes to mind is just the fact that Taylor Swift is there. Just say Taylor Swift.
Well, that
is there.
will be something.
Good
will
point.
she be on TV? Maybe you're. I mean, here's the thing.
Will you be taking a Taylor Swift prop bet?
Probably. We know for a fact there are Swifties who have started cheering for the Chiefs.
100%.
Because I know people like that who are like,
Sure.
"Oh, I want the Chiefs to win because of Travis Kelce."
And I don't care. I think it's great.
I don't.
Like, why should I have my feelings hurt if you like Taylor Swift and want to cheer? Good. Go for it. Fill your boots.
Well, Jasmine's all excited if I'm going to bet on the 10.5 over. Well, I don't know if she's excited, actually. She could be disgusted and posting in the nasty chat.
Most likely
10
disgusted.
Well, with me. I think
Yes.
the rest of the show she's fine with. 10.5 over under songs for Kendrick. So okay, let me get this straight. Jasmine's on a first name basis with Kendrick Lamar.
Why would you suggest that?
Well, she just said 10.5 over under songs for Kendrick.
Oh, God.
When I talk about Leopard, do I call the band members just by their first names?
No. And I'm not a fan of it. Like, I would, I don't know if I'd ever refer to 97 as Connor. Yeah, so what do you think of Connor's breakout pass last night? No.
Well, we do use their first names. You know what? It's more with Leon for some reason, just his first name.
Leon's just fun to say.
Yeah.
But it's usually paired with the last name.
But we say Connor and
I wouldn't
Leon,
be surprised if Jasmine knows Kendrick Lamar.
Well, she might.
Or as she calls him, Kendi.
Kendo! What's happening, baby? How'd halftime show go? That's my Jasmine impression. Kendo!
Yes, and Corey B says, we do a square board at work for $100 a square. Wow. But the board is blank, and then we have to randomize the numbers after we fill the board.
Well,
of course.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
So
you have to.
You can't let people pick
You can't let
the score.
people pick 7-7.
Because there are still numbers that might be a little more
4-7.
Like 5,
0-7.
5 wouldn't come up as much.
5
probably.
2s are very rare.
Yeah, good
2s
point.
are not great numbers.
Yeah.
9s are not great numbers. So yeah, you fill the board and then you randomize the numbers around it.
Quinn Phillips says, I call him Con Man and I call Nuge Nuggy Baby. That's to their face. Just remember, so I wonder if I can tell this. Quinn, can I tell the story about the sweaty person? Or do you want to wait until the next time you're on? I should let Quinn tell that the next time she's
let's
in.
get her on. Let's have her on. Let's get her on next week, and she'll tell the story about the sweaty person.
Yeah, well, we're going to be looking like the next 2 weeks. I know we'll be away from that immediacy and the sort of almost mania that surrounds every Oilers game, but it will be fun to just maybe have some storytelling. Okay, so she said I can tell the story. Can I say who it is, Quinn? I don't know if I should say who it is. So he's no longer in the Oilers media corps, but he was a very nice guy. Like, it's not like. So so Quinn's working for Global, and we're in a scrum, and Quinn and I are like right next to each other, holding the mics, and I think we were facing each other, and you're pretty close to somebody. So Quinn and I are like almost cheek to cheek in this scrum. And
Why don't we get her on right now?
And directly across the well, I don't know, we could send her a video link, but I think she's probably happy with me telling the story.
Okay.
And directly across from us in the scrum is this other person. And so I think it might have been Lucic actually in the scrum, and I'm looking across, and this other reporter is there, and I can't help but notice that this other reporter is noticeably sweaty, like beads of sweat on his face and cheeks. And I'm kind of like, why would this person be sweating? And I'm kind of like, okay, and I glance away, and I can see Quinn's eye line is not looking at Luch, that she's also looking at this sweaty person. It's not Dan Tenser, Glenn, because I had Dan Tenser's old job, so we both wouldn't have been there. So it's kind of Luch finishes his answer, and a reporter on the other side, not the sweaty reporter, a reporter on the other side of the scrum is asking a question. So, and again, remember, I'm really close to Quinn, and I kind of lean where my mouth is right by her ear, and I say, why is blank so sweaty? And Quinn had to cover her mouth because I noticed it. She noticed it. And I pointed it out. And she's just, oh, she says we were talking about Gord Downie having passed away. I don't even remember that. I don't even remember what the topic was. People are trying to guess who it was. It is not somebody who's currently in the media. And quite frankly, it wasn't somebody who was on TV or radio. You probably wouldn't even know who this person is. But he was working for the Oilers for a while. Okay, Quinn, you're going to have to tell your version of the story then, because I don't remember that. I don't remember that part of it.
Did you find out why said person was so sweaty?
I think he said he was running late and ran there or something like
Hyperhidrosis?
that. But he was so sweaty. We could get Quinn on at 5:20 maybe. Or just she can come in next week.
Let's get her in next week.
We'll get her in next week. She can come in for an hour and sit between us and tell stories, and we can bug each other.
Maybe this person had hyperhidrosis.
I don't know what that is.
Hyperhidrosis
a lot of water?
Is excessive sweating, which means sweating more than normal.
It was alarming. I guess it was warm in there, but man, oh man. We're in the James H. Brown studio. The temperature here is quite comfortable. James H. Brown, personal injury law firm, the heavy hitters of injury law. With over 200 years of experience, James H. Brown will get you the settlement you deserve. JamesHBrown.com. Book your private consultation today. And we will make live Super Bowl bets on air and our prediction when we get back.
The Oilers host the new-look Avalanche with the two frontrunners for the Hart and Leon Draisaitl and Nathan MacKinnon facing off from Rogers Place. Join Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas as they go live for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show at 6. Set up the action right here on EST. Another 4 games around the league has JT Miller and the Rangers taking on the Pens without Sidney Crosby as he's out of the lineup with an upper body injury he suffered against New Jersey on Tuesday. And Dallas is on the road in LA. The league-leading Jets seek 8 straight wins when they challenge the Islanders, while the Blackhawks face the Preds. And in Calgary, the Oil Kings battle the Hitmen. Everett hits the ice in Kamloops, while it's a war in Washington between Spokane and Seattle, having 11 games in the WHL. And in the CFL, the Elks have signed 5 American defensive players, including defensive back Willie Roberts and linebacker Daniel Green. And 7 games in the association has the Raptors playing the Thunder, Nets, and Heat tipping off, while the Spurs meet the Hornets. Meanwhile, the UFC has announced that UFC 315 will be hosted in Montreal at the Bell Center May 10th of this year. This sports update is brought to you by Sit and Sleep. Transform your home at a fraction of the cost during Sit and Sleep's winter clearance event. For massive discounts on major sleep brands to unbeatable deals on Canadian-made custom furniture, Sit and Sleep's winter clearance event is a can't miss. Plus, enjoy free local white glove delivery and special financing offers to help you bring home the best. Visit Sit and Sleep today in South Common next to Planet Fitness. From the temperate James H. Brown Studios, the Reid Wilkins Show returns on the other side of the break. I'm Zachary Kubusch, and you're up to date.
Get your fix every single game with the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas. Whether it's breaking down the starting lineup, predicting key matchups, or diving deep into the game's biggest moments, Tom and Hernan are here to give you the best insight and analysis in the city. After the final horn, get the breakdown of every key moment, performance, and player reactions. It's your one-stop shop for all things game day. Catch the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
If you've been injured in a car collision, let James H. Brown and Associates, Alberta Injury Lawyers, protect your interests. They'll be there every step of the way to help answer your questions and help you get your life back on track. Trust Alberta's precedent-setting injury lawyers with their unrivaled experience, unrivaled results, and unrivaled commitment. When accidents happen, call James H. Brown and Associates, Alberta Injury Lawyers, 780-428-0088, or go to jameshbrown.com.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
Food Sausages makes their meat with nothing but the best local ingredients. From chicken, beef, and pork, their gluten-free sausages are packed with flavor. Every single bite. Get a 10% discount when mentioning Edmonton Sports Talk in-store or use the code EST when shopping online at foodsausages.ca. Plus, you get free delivery on orders of $100 or more. Find them at 6736 99th Street. Food Sausages. You can't beat our meat.
What is this one? I've not heard this one before.
I hate this song.
Okay, don't ever play it again, Coop. Is this North Shore?
No, I think this is Is this North Shore?
It's listed as North Shore. Maybe I named it wrong, but I think it's a great song.
What's it called?
She's the One.
Yeah, it's not great.
It's awful.
Sorry. You know who the lead singer of North Shore is?
I know who you are. Jason Milne of the Reid Wilkins Show, 3 to 6 p.m. on Edmonton Sports Talk. Have you come at long last?
To sing from your catalog while I bind my books? I would love some music in the background, Jay. Come in, come. Perform by my candles as I bind this book of the Morgenstein Smith wedding.
I have such a mental picture of what the inside of the Alberta Book Bindery looks like.
Oh, that's awesome.
Lots
God,
of carpets.
I hope we get them as a sponsor.
Lots of carpets.
Yes.
Carpets everywhere.
Lots of string.
Yeah. Carpets, chandeliers galore. Candlelit chandeliers.
Portions of this hour presented by Canadian Brew House. We're going to give away more Oil Kings tickets, courtesy of the CBH, in about half an hour. Forget the roses. This Valentine's Day, grab your date for Surf and Turf at the Canadian Brew House. 7-ounce sirloin, blackened shrimp, wine, and the fixings. Just $69.99 for 2. Details at thecanadianbrewhouse.com. Got a limerick from Gavin. It's a Limp Bizkit themed limerick. Now, I do not know all these references. True Blood was a show starring Suki. I like my milk. Sorry. True Blood was a show starring Sookie. I like my milk with a cookie. Limp Bizkit is back. They dress all in black and, of course, do it all for the nookie.
Yes!
I probably didn't do that justice.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Okay, good.
I did it all for the nookie. Come on, the nookie. So you can take the cookie and pick it up, yo. Stick it up, yo.
Are those actually the lyrics?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He says ass.
Quite filthy.
Yeah.
Give us thumbs up on YouTube, by the way. Let's see how high we can get. We are in double word of the day territory, but we like to keep getting those thumbs, and that helps build the algorithm to suggest the show to people like you.
Our off-topic topic today for William Huff was your Hear Me Out snack combo for the Super Bowl, and Brad, the optician, has chimed in to the River Cree inbox, 780-218-9999. Hear me out. As a 51-year-old man, it's odd and strange to admit. Something I did as a kid and no idea why. But to this day, I still enjoy having a half a dozen times per year. Toast with Cheese Whiz and dip it in chocolate milk.
Oh, wow.
My adult kids still look at me strangely if they see me doing this. That is
an interesting combo.
That is one for sure.
That is a hear me out. Dipping your toast with Cheese Whiz into your chocolate milk. To me, that is more unconventional than the Coob suggesting that you dip French fries in a milkshake. That is something. That is a good one.
Oh, I've got a from box number. Let me just take it over to my. So I've got one here from Calgary Glen, limerick from Calgary Glen. Go ahead, Coob. Strike up the song. His first time ever. Reid shirked no limericks in dismay, for it's an Oilers game day. Thought I would give it a go and send one into the show. I really hope that's okay.
Now, what would I say about that limerick?
Brevity.
Lines 3 and 4, bit too long.
And now,
Tighten him up.
He did say this is his first.
Yeah,
but he's
good,
giving it a
good
go.
first try. That's my constructive feedback. Tighten up those third and fourth lines, like 4 or 5 syllables. And here's the thing. A lot of you who write a limerick, you can easily leave out words on lines 3 and 4.
Yes.
Right? For example, if it's a limerick about Jay, like if you've established it's about Jay in the first 2 or 3 lines, you know, like you don't have to say Jay struggles to stay awake on a Friday. You can just say struggles on Friday or wakey Friday, you know, like you can tighten it up.
This came in from Box Numberer, a limerick from Box Numberer. A dude named of Rip City Step fills the chat room with pep, but his limerick game was certainly lame because he had no time to prep. Not bad, not bad. Appreciate the limericks.
Can I read? Quinn, do you want me to read this? Quinn texted me a limerick. I wasn't sure if it was okay to read on air. And I would have to make an edit to her third line to tighten it up a little bit.
Oh, you can't do that. Can't alter somebody's work.
Yes, I can. Quinn would let me.
Just read it and pay the repercussions later.
There was once a star, McDavid by name, whose speed set the hockey world aflame. But media interviews, blah. So, yeah. Just winning the game was his aim. McDavid does have a tendency to do that. If he kind of realizes he doesn't want to say anything anymore, he'll just go, so, yeah. Kind of indicating that he's done his thought, which is fine.
Wow, Rip Van Winkle says, hear me out. Blue cheese dressing on lasagna.
That is a hear me out snack combo, food combo.
I'd be down.
We got to do Fired Up for Gemco Fireplaces, proudly serving Edmonton and area for 45 years. The authorized dealer for Napoleon fireplaces, whether it's gas or wood burning, look no further than Canadian-made Napoleon fireplaces. All the Napoleon products you need are available at Gemco 9281 50th Street. Live on air. I don't know if we're going to be able to do them all now. We might have to do more at 5:20. I'm going to make low wager. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm not going to bet a lot. Bets on the Super Bowl. So
responsible
bets. What do you want me to do first? Are you on Cool Bet right now?
I'm ready to go, baby.
I want to do the main color of Tom Brady's tie.
Okay, that would be under specials.
I think they're going to go with something relatively conservative. I'm going to say gray/silver.
I'm on it.
And I will bet $2 on that.
In.
So I'm betting on that. I said I would bet $20 total.
Yep.
So I'm going to bet gray/silver. Oh, I can win $6. I'm going to bet gray/silver on Tom Brady's tie color. What do you think it'll be?
I already bet gray/silver.
Oh, you're going along with me.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't disagree, though.
Well, you can bet your own if you want,
I don't disagree. Don't disagree.
Okay.
Are you getting involved with the color of the liquid?
Yeah, I got to do the color of the liquid. Well, it's called Gatorade.
Maybe it's not.
What has been? Can we look up the historical Gatorade colors?
Ooh, I like where you're going here.
Super Bowl historical Gatorade colors.
Color history. There we go.
Super Bowl Gatorade colors and past winners. So we have
orange is 20.8%, but since 2015, blue has been tops at 40%.
Oh man. So last year, the
they
Chiefs
won it.
Have
it was
gone
purple
twice. Rams and Buccaneers were both blue. Chiefs the first time was orange. It's pretty much never red. It's never been red since 2001. Some years there wasn't a pour. Oh man, this is a tough one.
I know what I think I'd put my money on.
Well, we don't have to do the same bet, Jay. I think we can branch out. I can't find it now. Oh, it's under post game, it's not under specials.
I'm putting my $2 on orange.
Yeah, I've got to do orange as well. I'll put $2 on orange. Well, you can win $10 on that. That's pretty good.
Not bad.
So yeah, we're both going to go orange for that.
Are we going to go what first mentioned by MVP in acceptance speech?
Where's that? Is that post game as well? Well, I have to go with religious reference, though. You don't get a lot for that. Should we go?
I think City fans could be up there.
Okay, let's do City fans.
That's plus 1,400.
$2.
$2. That's $28 you'd win.
And it's just a mention. So even if they go like, you got to love these
What's
fans.
up, Kansas City?
Yeah, well, what would that be? Yeah, that'd be a mention.
That would be it.
It's just a mention. It's not a thank you.
Yeah.
It's not a this is why we won. It's just a mention. So if Mahomes gets the MVP and says, I love playing for Kansas City and I got to thank God for giving me the opportunity to play here, it would be Kansas City first.
Now, I think this is more likely to be City fans if Philadelphia wins.
Because they're a bunch of heathens? I know that's not what you meant.
They appreciate their fans,
right?
I think, or
bringing it back to Philly, something like that.
They've got a crazy fan base.
I want to bet on the main color of Taylor Swift's top, and I want to go white with that one. I'm going to go $2 on white to win $770. Red is the favorite. I don't think she's going to have a mainly red top. I don't. I think it's going to be white. I'm going to go with the neutral color. What else could we bet on here? Tom Brady's Super Bowl highlights shown during the Fox broadcast. Absolutely, I'm betting yes on that. They'll find a way to work him in. Well, that's only to win a little bit of money, but I'll do that. How much have I bet? I got 5 bets remaining. Ooh, what else is there? Team specials. No, we got to do more goofy ones first. First to happen, any team scores a touchdown or Taylor Swift shown live on the Fox broadcast. So what if she is shown during the anthem? That's part of the broadcast, right?
Yes.
Maybe we don't touch this one.
I'm taking it.
Plus 110?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking it plus 110. $2. Yeah, not a big wager there. All right, let's do...
What about halftime?
Well, where's halftime? Oh, there's halftime. This is so exciting, Jay.
Main color of Kendrick Lamar's shirt during first appearance. Koob, what do you say? Because you're in the know.
Because he's worn a lot of colors, right? I mean, he's more of a kind of earthy tones sort of guy. I don't remember exactly what he wore the last time he was at the Super Bowl halftime show, but his...
What do you mean the last time?
He was on with Ice Cube and Dr. Dre, and
I'm going black.
And
I would say black or gray for sure.
I'm keeping it simple, black.
Okay, I'm going to go silver/gray.
Okay. I don't want to bet on what song he's going to play first.
Well, that's me too, because I don't know any of them.
Okay, you know what? Fine. I'm going to pick ADHD just because I saw it.
It's a great song. I hope he plays that first.
Okay, we're doing that. Imagine if I won all of these.
No.
Yeah, I could. That would be unbelievable, actually. Would that be unbelievable?
That would be actually unbelievable.
That would be actually unbelievable. Okay, I got two wagers left. Okay, let's do some actual
coin
football
toss
ones.
winner.
What is that under?
Pre-game. Who wins the coin toss?
I'm going to take tails. I'm not going to take which team. I'm going to take tails.
Me too.
And then I'll take player long reception just because my eye fell on that. So, Worthy, longest reception. I'm going to take over 20.5. I think he's going to have a big game. So there we go. There are my 10 prop bets. I've already forgotten most of which I bet, but I'll tell you how I did on Monday.
Okay.
So I bet a total of $20. Do you think I can at least break even on these? Yeah, probably not.
We'll find out.
We're going to find out. We're going to find out what... should we do our pick now?
Let's do it with Jed.
Let's do it with Jed at the end of Jed's segment. I'm picking a scoregami score for the final score.
Of course.
Jed Roberts coming up.
Wake up with the Nielsen Show with Dustin Nielsen and Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings 6 to 9 on EdmontonSportsTalk.com.
You've always known GCL Diesel as the experts in diesel fuel systems, but did you know that GCL is also your source for turbochargers and turbo repair? As a turbo supplier for Garrett, Borg Warner, and Holset, GCL can provide genuine original equipment turbos at wholesale prices. Whether it's diesel, gas, natural gas, or performance, we can provide you with the turbo or custom repair you require. Turbo questions? We've got turbo answers. Visit us in the West End or online at gcldiesel.com. GCL Diesel, turbochargers, understood.
You want the heavy hitters on your team, both on and off the ice. If you've been injured in a car accident, call the heavy hitters of Injury Law. James H. Brown and Associates, Alberta Injury Lawyers. With over 200 years of combined injury law experience, their precedent-setting lawyers are ready to help. Locally owned and proud Edmonton Oiler fans, James H. Brown and Associates wants to support you with their unrivaled experience, unrivaled results, and unrivaled commitment. When accidents happen, head to jameshbrown.com.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
Love is in the air. I love you. And you? And you? And you! Why choose between your beloved items? Sentinel Storage, keeping your treasures safe to be loved again. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
Nathan MacKinnon and the Avalanche take on the Oilers from Rogers Place with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas getting you set for the action right here on EST during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show at 6. And in just a moment, the Rangers face the Pens, having Sidney Crosby absent from the game with an upper body injury he sustained Tuesday night. Elsewhere, the Stars and Kings drop the puck. Nashville is on the road in Chicago. Winnipeg looks for 8 straight wins as they host the New York Islanders. And down south, the Oil Kings meet the Hitmen with 11 games in the WHL. Elsewhere, Moose Jaw visits Red Deer, and the Royals go at it against the Americans. And the Elks have signed 5 American defensive players, agreeing to terms with 2022 Grey Cup champion Ali Fayad, as well as McAllister and Luke Washington Jr. And on the court, the Raptors tip off with the Thunder, and momentarily it's Washington hitting the court against the Spurs, while the Hornets throw down in Cleveland. I'm Zachary Kubusch. That was your sports update. The third and final hour, the Reid Wilkins Show, starts right now.
Well, happy Friday noon after everybody. Is this you guys too?
It's our 9/11 song.
Oh, this was a North Shore song because Brody was pre 9/11.
Yep.
Nice. Well, no, sorry, not.
Oh,
9/11 was.
Anyway. Get what you're saying.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying. You guys did a lot of great work. If you are texting us, you're using the River Cree inbox, 780-218-9999. River Cree Resort and Casino, home of Tap 25 Restaurant, where the entire menu is 50% off 7 days a week from 2 to 5 p.m. You will have to be texting to win the Oil Kings tickets at about 20 after 5, as we're giving away, courtesy the Canadian Brewhouse, a loge table, so that's 4 seats, and parking for tomorrow's game against Moose Jaw, 7 p.m. at Rogers Place. Tonight at 7 p.m. at Rogers Place, the Oilers with Stuart Skinner in net will be hosting the Colorado Avalanche with Trent Miner in net. Just his third NHL appearance. He'll be backed up by Mackenzie Blackwood. The other half of the Lumberyard, Scott Wedgwood, is out with a upper body injury, we will see Martin Necas in Edmonton for the first time as a member of the Avs. All right. He joins us every week here on the Reid Wilkins Show with Jason Milne, former member of the Double E, and now a great guy to talk sports with. Jed Roberts checking in. We were hoping to have Jed in studio for his appearance before the Super Bowl. But, Jed, where has life taken you today? Where are you checking in from? We got to reconnect. 780-218-9999. Do we get any other food things?
Here, yeah, toast with raspberry jam and sharp cheddar cheese slices.
So these are hear me out food combos. Matt Hyman, airfare is not included to come to the Wilkins game. You cheeky Winnipegger, cheeky pegger. You know what mine would be? And I used to do this when I worked at Blockbuster. So I had a deal with the old Dutch guy that I would buy at, wholesale value, like a box of the Mexican chili old Dutch chips. Because they wouldn't sell them to Blockbuster. Blockbuster didn't carry them. But one day I was talking to him. I was like, you know what? I love those Mexican chili chips. He's like, yeah, but not a lot of stores carry them. But he's like, I can bring you some and do an invoice and sell you a box of the individual bags. And then I would dip the Mexican chili chips in dill pickle dip. It was delicious.
Oh, that would be
the dip would get
really
quite
good.
messy, obviously, but I was the only one eating it.
I got one that I never got to earlier. I often will put sour cream into a soup.
Well, that's kind of like the tortilla soup. They do that, don't they?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
it
that's
adds
a good
just
idea.
a little bit of creaminess to
I
it.
have heard of that. That's a good idea.
And the end of a nacho bag, Doritos.
Yeah.
Crumble that up. Put it as a topping on your hot dog.
Oh, neat. That's a good idea.
Crunchy.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah. Now I want a hot dog.
With Doritos.
With Doritos. And with you.
Yeah.
We'll go for hot dogs after.
Now, this I would say yes to, except I'm going to the Oilers game tonight. I would actually, see, you suggest something that I would do with you socially, and I can't do it. Do we have Jed? We have Jed. Jed, my friend, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Yourself?
Doing well. I was saying we were hoping to have you back in studio for the final appearance before the Super Bowl, but where has life and work taken you today?
Well, I was in West Block, Alberta this morning. And then I moved over to Cardinal Leger Catholic Junior High School to watch my son play basketball.
Oh, okay.
They just tied the game up.
Oh, geez, he's in the middle of the game.
yeah.
Okay, well, we won't keep you for...
We can't keep you long. You got to get back to the game.
For too long. We'll bring you in for a longer one next week, but we got to tee up the Super Bowl here. Do you think the three-peat stuff is a factor for the Chiefs, either positively or negatively, as they try to do something no team has done before?
I definitely think it's playing a bit of a role in terms of their game prep, because you have to kind of keep your mind right and tune out the distractions. It's pressure, right? So it's the biggest pressure cooker in the world. So it's going to be fun to watch, No team's ever done that. So
Jed,
the Patriots were the last team to try.
We had talked earlier about special, combinations, food combinations for the Super Bowl. Is there any wacky or odd combinations that happen at the Roberts household?
I wouldn't say they were wacky, but I do have a family recipe. It's called Mexican stew, and I have to kind of go around to different stores to find the appropriate ingredients for it. So I only break it out once a year, and Super Bowl is that time.
Jed, this game is very close in I guess in the betting world anyways. I think it's a 1.5 point spread. Who do you think is going to come away with this game, and who's going to be the game changer for that team?
I think it's probably going to come down to the Eagles' offensive line matching up against the Chiefs' defensive front seven, and Saquon and how well he's able to move the ball. I think it'll come down to that. And then obviously the Eagles want to get some good play from their quarterback there. Yeah, it's the Eagles' offensive line against that Chiefs front seven in my mind. Whoever wins that battle wins the game.
Jed, you know I'm fascinated by just the strategy and the play calling of football and all the adjustments. And there's been this trend, I guess, or this approach in football for a long time. Well, we script our first 15 offensive plays, which I understand, but then you never know what situation you might be. Like, how accurate is that? How flexible why do teams say, well, we script our first 15 offensive plays?
Well, they want to see what the defense is going to do to adjust to those plays. And then according to what you see from the defense, then you just make your call on how you're going to play the rest of the game. And not everybody does that. I think that there's this misconception that everybody does it, and not everybody does. But there are a lot of teams in the NFL that do. But that's the reason why they would do it, because they want to see if they run this play, how they respond to it defensively, and then kind of put it in their hip pocket for the second half.
Okay, Jed.
Set things up for later.
Jed, we got you while you're on the road, being a great dad. So we'll bring you in next week and spend more time with you. Thanks for checking in, buddy.
Oh, thanks so much, man. Hey, guys, enjoy the game. It's always fun to watch the commercials too, if you can get them up here in Canada.
That's true. That's true. It's Jed Roberts, Double E alum, our weekly guest here on the Reid Wilkins Show with Jason Milne. So, a briefer appearance. He's in the middle of watching his kid's basketball game. That's how awesome he is.
I would have been like, Jed, go.
Yeah.
It's okay.
We didn't know that was going to happen that time. Well, maybe he didn't think the timing was going to happen that way.
I think he's just happy to be back in Edmonton. He had quite an ordeal out in White Court.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, a flat tire and...
Oh, geez. Okay. Well, he'll tell the story next week.
Yeah.
Okay, let's make our picks, score included. I didn't bring our results, but I'm one win ahead of you.
Can I give the limerick that Abutsky sent in for Jed Roberts first?
Yes, please.
Okay. My limerick for Jed Roberts. Former Double E player Jed hit many a blocking sled. He tells a fine story that's funny, not gory. On EST now, not Ched.
That is very true.
Pretty
good,
Abutsky.
Very true.
Pretty good.
He used to be on Inside Sports with me several times. It's great when Jed would come in and he just tells. He's a fascinating guy. Maybe we should dive into it again because, there's always that sometimes hesitation to get somebody to retell a story that they have told several times. But I am imagining there's probably a fair section of the audience that doesn't know Jed's story about being hearing impaired.
Sure.
And playing in pro football and some of the things he had to do and adjust to, and how sometimes he got away with a late hit because he would be like, I didn't hear the whistle, man. And the refs would be like, oh, yeah, I forgot you can't hear.
Right.
Even though he may have heard the whistle or had an idea that the play was over. But we did extensive stuff on that, and it's really quite amazing.
Well, if we're retelling stories, then he's got to sit in this chair.
Yeah, we got to
and tell the story about when him and Giz and Willie Pless went up north to Yellowknife. One of it.
Oh yeah. I think I don't know if I've heard all
heard.
that or parts of it but no, he's an awesome guy, and he's such a great guy in the community and the work that he does and the way he represents the alum. So that's pretty cool. Keep giving us the thumbs up on YouTube. Keep talking with us and with each other in the nasty chat, in the diabolical dialogue. Let's get to 200 thumbs today.
Why not?
Let's get to 200 thumbs up. It's right there. So if you're checking in after work, give us the thumbs up or text a couple people and say, hey, these guys are fun. They're with you until 6. They're talking Oilers. They're talking Super Bowl. Tell 2 people. They tell 2 friends. They tell 2 friends. And we'll get to 200 thumbs quite quickly, I'm sure. So click, 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 click. Here we go. Super Bowl picks. Who should go first? Now, I have a 1-game lead.
Probably me, but this is going to be very anticlimactic because...
But if you nail the score, then you pass me.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that's what we'll do.
I'm going to... Well, here's the thing. This team has been here. This team has done that. The defensive front for the Kansas City Chiefs will be tested. I think they will pass the test and successfully stop, or not stop, but stall that running game of the Philadelphia Eagles. Put the pressure on Jalen Hurts. I don't know that this is going to be a run and gun shootout, a 48-45 style game, but I just don't know, Reid, how anybody Now, I understand there's Eagles fans. That's fine. How could you bet against the Kansas City Chiefs right now with Andy Reid and Steve Spagnuolo, guys that have been there and done it, and they've won the Super Bowl the last 2 years? Reid, I'm throwing my pick behind the Kansas City Chiefs, and I think they're going to win going away. I think it's going to be 34-21 Chiefs.
Okay.
And Xavier Worthy will be the MVP.
I was going to pick him as MVP.
Shut up.
That's crazy. Okay.
No, you weren't.
I was. I'm serious. Because I think he's going to have a big game.
Well, you should bet. You should put money on that.
I did. Well, I picked for his longest reception.
Okay.
I'm also picking the Chiefs. Now, part of this is because I picked the Chiefs before the season, so I don't make changes if that team is still alive and they're still looking good. So I am going to pick the Chiefs. And yeah, this is why I picked them over Buffalo. I just think their D-line is that good and can bother Hurts and can limit Barkley, right? And just make it really difficult on Hurts.
Keyword.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I think Spagnuolo is a great coach. I think Andy Reid, play calling is going to figure things out. And as great as Hurts is, Mahomes is still a superior quarterback. So I'm going to take the Chiefs. It's pretty uncommon that there's a low-scoring game in the NFL anymore. I mean, we saw, I think I said it was going to be 16-15 in the AFC Championship game. It was more than that. I'm going to take a scoregami. So that is a score, and you can go to NFLscoregami.com. We had one of the people behind this website on the show about a month ago. I'm going to take Chiefs 32, Eagles 22. According to NFLscoregami.com, that final score has never happened in the history of the National Football League.
Wow.
So I got to go with it. So you're taking are you writing these down? I left my scribbler in the other room.
I took 34-21. You took Chiefs
32, Eagles
32-22.
22, which would be a first time ever if that score came in.
That would be something.
That would be amazing.
Okay, they're recorded.
Are guaranteed to be correct. Jasmine's taking the under. Jasmine, give us your score. Tango says 32-20 Eagles. Penner's Pancakes 38-21 for the Chiefs. So a few predictions rolling in as well. Keep giving us the thumbs up if you're watching on YouTube. Oh, man, we're so close to 200 right now. That'd be great to get to 200 on a Friday, which is pretty cool. Tom Gazzola is still coming up to chat Oilers. We will get a double word of the day. And in the next segment, we're going to give away a Loge table to tomorrow's Oil Kings game. So that's 4 seats at a Loge table. Parking is included. They're playing Moose Jaw at 7. That's coming up. But here comes the man who has changed my life for the better, Zachary Kubusch.
It's a Western Conference showdown between Edmonton and Colorado with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas previewing the action during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Tune in right here live at 6, only on EST. Later, the Jets battle the Islanders, the Preds, and Blackhawks drop the puck while LA hosts Dallas. And right now, it's the Rangers and Pens tied at 0. It's just about midway through the first period with Sidney Crosby absent from the game for Pittsburgh due to an upper body injury he sustained on Tuesday. And the CFL sees the Elks signing 5 American defensive players, including defensive back Willie Roberts and linebacker Daniel Green in 11 games. The WHL slate having Edmonton battle Calgary Blades and Wheat Kings hitting the ice while the Winterhawks butt heads with the Giants. On the court, there's 7 games with the Raptors challenging the Thunder. Well, right now, the Cavs are down by 5 against the Wizards, 15-10. Washington leads halfway through the first quarter, and the Spurs are down by 8. Hornets up 12-4 with about 8 minutes left in the first. This sports update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring, proudly serving Edmonton and area for over 30 years. Their showroom offers all the best and latest in flooring, tiles, and area rugs. Find them at the corner of 184th Street and 107th Ave. They're open 7 days a week. And tell them EST sent you for 10% off your next purchase. Shop in-store or online at ParamountFlooring.com. The Reid Wilkins Show returns after a brief intermission. I'm Zachary Kubusch for your sports update.
Get to know the winners, props, plays, parlays, and more with Nielsen and Hustler. Weekday mornings at 11 on The Lock Shop. Only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com.
Hey Edmonton, ready to take advantage of lower rates and better pricing? South Fort Chevrolet in Fort Saskatchewan has you covered. From rugged trucks to sleek SUVs. And with over 40 years in business, you can trust that you're getting the best deal on your new ride. As the proud title sponsor of The Nielsen Show, EST listeners can drive a little to save a lot with South Fort Chevrolet's transparent pricing and down-to-earth sales team. Visit us today in Fort Saskatchewan or online at southfortchev.com.
Hockey lives at the Canadian Brew House. Every Oilers game day, get $1 off tankards of Molson Canadian and Coors Light. Plus, you can win game tickets and a surf and turf dinner for two at the end of the season. Full details at thecanadianbrewhouse.com.
Looking for a winning strategy for your retirement? Contact me, Joaquin Gage at K4 Financial, where expertise meets dedication. I will always look for a careful approach to your retirement, ensuring your financial future is secure. From tailored strategies to clear, actionable advice, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Don't leave your future to chance. Get in touch with me, Joaquin Gage, today at k4financial.ca or email joaquin.gage@k4financial.ca to start planning for a brighter future and a more secure retirement.
Your home for live music and great performances is
the River Cree Resort and Casino.
On the patio, there's a whiskey in the jar.
March 14th, don't miss the Kings of Celtic. The legendary Irish Rovers play the venue at the River Cree.
Hey boys, sing us a song. One of the old ones and we sing along.
Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement, bet on it.
You know who I'd like to see dancing to this music? Tom Gazzola.
Yeah.
He's coming up in about 18 minutes. Talk about the Oilers and the Avalanche as the Oilers try to sweep the series this year. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Reid, it would be the first time since the 2016-17 season that the Oilers have swept the season series against the Avalanche. Reid, how many goal scorers on that 2016-17 Oilers team had 20 or more goals?
Do you expect me to talk? No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
How many 20 goal scorers were on the 16-17 Oilers?
20 plus.
Which was the year they ended the drought. McDavid had 30. I remember that because he had 30 goals and 70 assists for exactly 100 points. I'm pretty sure Eberle got to 20. I'm pretty sure Luch did. And I'm pretty sure Maroon did. I don't know if Nuge did. So I'm going to say 4.
You're missing one.
What was it, Nuge?
No, our buddy Leon.
Oh, God. Of course, that was Leon's kind of breakout year.
Well done.
Awful.
Well done.
Well, no, it wasn't well done. I don't know how I missed Draisaitl. Him, McDavid, and Maroon became a line that year. Okay, we got to thank our friends at the Canadian Brew House. Watch the Super Bowl at the Canadian Brew House. Chance to win a replica Lombardi trophy, plus $1 off tankards of Bud and Bud Light. The Canadian Brew House, our house is your house. And they've provided us with a loge table, 4 tickets plus parking to see the Oil Kings play Moose Jaw tomorrow at 7. So this is a great deal, but you got to answer a trivia question by texting the River Cree inbox 780-218-9999. That's great. You came up with that trivia question for me. What made you think of that?
This one?
Yeah.
The goal
the
scorer?
one for me, yeah.
I thought it was interesting that it's been since, 8 years since they swept the series against the Avalanche.
Oh, so then you looked up
then
other
I was like,
trends in that season.
It was good then.
Yeah.
Turns out 5 people were good.
Ernest just yelling out the Coob from the bullpen.
Getting a lot of comments
awesome.
on your blazer. I think it looks fantastic.
Oh, yeah, I went and put my blazer on because I got to boot it over to the rink right after the show. All right, so to win the loge table for tomorrow's Oil Kings game, you have to answer a trivia question texting the River Cree inbox 780-218-9999. Name the 3 former Oil Kings who are now in the NHL that we have had on this show since we debuted in September. You got them?
Yeah, I got.
Sorry, I didn't give you that. Are we going to be lenient with the spelling?
Yes,
we'll be a little lenient with the spelling as long as you can still make out who it is. Okay,
the first person with
first
three guesses.
First person to get the right answer. So the 3 former Oil Kings who are now in the NHL that we have had as guests on this show since we started.
And be available to go to a hockey game tomorrow.
Be available to go to the game tomorrow night. Yeah. It's a good night out. Loge, I'd actually love to go as a fan to a Loge table.
I would love it.
And I thought that I didn't realize they sold the tables for the Oil Kings game. I thought that was one, because an Oil Kings sellout, I think, is less than an Oilers sellout. Maybe it's the suites that aren't available. I thought there was something for the Oil Kings game that OEG doesn't sell. I'll ask somebody with OEG tonight. Not as if I don't see them on the press box. That's my ignorance, I guess. But obviously the Loge tables are available tomorrow. What does this mean, Reid's fit check is tight?
It means your outfit looks good.
Oh, thank you, Jasmine.
That's your fit.
It's a fit check?
Sure.
Well, I thought that was like my fitness.
Nope.
No. Yes? No.
No.
No, that's
Cancel.
not. We don't have a winner.
No.
Did they get 2 of the 3?
Yes.
Okay, I want to know the wrong answer when we're done. Yeah, don't give away a wrong name now. I wonder who they guessed that would be. Is it somebody that was never an Oil King, or is it somebody that was an Oil King and wasn't on this show?
Wasn't on the show.
Is it a goalie? Okay. Coyote Steve says, Reid, this is a new and improved Colorado team. In my opinion, the Oilers will have to play a full 60 to stay in this game. He is predicting a Colorado victory. Yeah, I mean, this close game. I'll say this, Coyote Steve. I will. The Oilers are testing a goalie who has played 92 minutes in the NHL. Let's see how he hangs on against this attack.
Oh, my gosh. This is funny.
People are not getting it?
No.
Name the 3. I hope we're not forgetting the right answer. No, this is all correct. Because the one guy was on before the season started, right?
That's the one nobody's getting.
And the other 2 guys were on
during the season,
right before the Oilers played their teams. So name the 3 former Oil Kings now in the NHL that we have had on this show as guests. I don't want to give any clues because you said people are getting 2 out of the 3.
Yeah.
Can you write down a couple of the wrong names for me?
No, there's too much going on.
Oh, there's too much coming in.
I just. This is one that's come in a couple times that's wrong.
Oh, we've definitely. He's not even in the NHL, is he?
And this one.
Yeah, I figured people were guessing those 2. Okay, so I'll give a hint then. One of them is not a goalie. None of them are goalies. None of them are goalies, right?
None of them
and
are goalies.
That first guy name you wrote down, he's not currently on the NHL roster, is he?
No.
I don't think he is. So, yeah, we'll keep going with that. We're in the James H. Brown studio. James H. Brown Personal Injury Law Firm, the heavy hitters of injury law with over 200 years of experience. James H. Brown will get you the settlement you deserve. JamesHBrown.com. Book your private consultation today. I, oddly enough, have a positive feeling about tonight's game. I think the Oilers are going to go into the break on a high.
Oh my God.
Have we got it yet?
No.
Well, my goodness.
Not current Oil Kings.
No, yes. Name 3 former Oil Kings who are now in the NHL that we have had on this show. Okay? That is the trivia question. So it's what people are guessing, like Iginla and Hodnett and people like that. It's
like people. There's so many people that have gotten 2 out of the 3 right.
And is it the same 2? Or is it different combinations?
Oh my God! Everybody's forgetting about
the guy we had on before the season.
Yes,
and he's wow. Did we
one
start?
Person got it. Oh!
We got a winner.
Holy!
We have a winner. All right, who is the winner?
Rob from the Grove.
Rob from the Grove. Now, did he guess? Well, we didn't limit the number of guesses for this.
It's okay.
So
he only took 2.
The 3 former Oil Kings,
yes,
who are now in the NHL, who we've had on this show, are Jake Neighbors of the St. Louis Blues. Did a lot of people know that?
Jake Neighbors, yes.
Dylan Guenther of the Utah Hockey Club.
Yes.
The third one.
Neighbors was number 1. Guenther was number 2. This fellow you're about to say was very rare.
Plays for the New Jersey Devil. He was hurt. I'm not sure if he's come back yet or not. Can you check if he's back, Coop? Excellent interview from the Oil Kings the first time they were a championship caliber team in this iteration of the franchise. Curtis Lazar was on in the second week of the show?
Yeah.
So what were some of the incorrect guesses?
Oh, boy.
So I don't think Sebastian Cossa is on the Red Wings roster.
Pizik was mentioned a lot.
But he's not currently in the NHL, is he?
Wolanski.
Wolanski's not currently in the NHL. He's in the minors. Kossa's in the minors. Wolanski's a great interview, by the way. We should get
Reinhardt.
Not in the NHL. Jari
was mentioned a lot.
Okay.
He's bouncing around, though.
Oh, yeah, he got assigned, didn't he, to the minors?
Yeah. Back and forth.
Is Lazar healthy or not? I can't remember.
He is not. No, January 20th, Fox Sports saying that he underwent knee procedure and he's out indefinitely.
So he might not play again this year.
Hula Boy Steve said Bill, George, and Fred. And then he said, oh, wait, those are the Weasley brothers, not Oil Kings alum.
Oh, man. So we had a lot of guesses.
But it was crazy. There was a lot of Neighbors and Guenther coming in.
Right.
But not
the Oilers just played, and those two guys were on the Oil Kings, 3 years ago?
Trey Fix-Wolanski came in a lot.
We should get Trey Fix-Wolanski on the show, by the way. Do you know him, Coop?
He's part of
I wish
Rogers Place history, right?
Yeah, I have a big
whole thing, yeah.
print of something. He scored the very
he's
first
in
goal.
the AHL with the Cleveland Monsters. You know who's an assistant coach on the Cleveland Monsters?
No.
Mark Letestu.
There you go.
Another guy we should get on the show. He hasn't been. Mark Letestu was on one of the last editions of Inside Sports that I did. He's always fun to chat with. Smart guy. All right, so the answers, Jake Neighbors, Dylan Guenther, Curtis Lazar. So Rob from the Grove is going to the Oil Kings game tomorrow. Loge table. That's fun.
I will send your information off to our people over at Canadian Brewhouse, and they'll reach out. Yeah, Jake Neighbors, Dylan Guenther, Lars Eller.
Lars Eller was not an Oil King. Mads Eller was an Oil King. And we have not have Lars Eller has played over 1,000 games in the NHL. Mads Eller was an Oil King. I do not think he's in the NHL. Okay. That was fun. You were actually getting a little frustrated, though. I felt
it was coming gangbusters, man. I just didn't know.
A lot of people
I didn't want to miss
guessing.
it. I didn't want to miss it.
Oh, you were watching it very closely.
I just wanted to make sure.
But people were guessing players who aren't in the NHL. First of all, people were guessing players who haven't been on this show, on the Reid Wilkins show, not on a show I've hosted. But they were also guessing people who are not in the NHL, like Griffin Reinhart, like Sebastian Cossa.
Correct.
I think Cossa probably will be in the NHL someday. Prospect goalie still for the Red Wings. But yeah. Someone named Dusty posting in the Nasty Chat using the Edmonton Sports Talk account says, changing 200. Nice work. We did get the 200 thumbs. Pretty good. We're happy. Good audience participation today.
Oh, we'll have to have Tommy do the word of the day with us, right?
Oh, if you want, yeah. Will he be like that type of stuff?
Yeah,
he might think we're weird.
Yeah, I know he thinks we're weird. But we'll see.
He just might. Okay, the River Korean box, that's what you were using to answer the trivia question. 780-218-9999. River Caribbean Resort and Casino, home of the Kitchen Restaurant, all-you-can-eat prime rib buffet for just $49.99 every Sunday from 4 to 10 p.m. Oilers and Avalanche are coming up at 7 o'clock. So the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show starts at 6 o'clock with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas.
Here?
Hernan's here.
Tom's
at his luxury condo in Ice District, but he's going to be on the video stream.
Right there.
And also on the audio stream if you're consuming us using the audio. That's after the Coop.
It's a Western Conference showdown between Edmonton and Colorado with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas getting you set for the action right here for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Tune in live at 6 only on EST. And right now the Rangers are up 1-0 on the Pens as their captain sits out, Sidney Crosby, with an upper body injury. Later, the Jets battle the Islanders, the Preds, and Blackhawks drop the puck while LA hosts Dallas. And the CFL sees the Elks signing 5 American defensive players, including defensive back Willie Roberts and linebacker Daniel Green. And 11 games in the WHL sees Edmonton battling Calgary. Blades and Wheat Kings hitting the ice while the Winterhawks butt heads with the Giants. And on the court, there's 7 games with the Raptors challenging the Thunder. And right now, the Wizards and Cavs are tied at 31 aside near the end of the first quarter. And under 30 seconds in the first, it's the Hornets up 34-20 on the Spurs. We have a quick timeout before Tom Gazzola joins Reid Wilkins and Jay Milne. I'm Zachary Kubusch, and you're in the loop.
Get your fix every single game with the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas. Whether it's breaking down the starting lineup, predicting key matchups, or diving deep into the game's biggest moments, Tom and Hernan are here to give you the best insight and analysis in the city. After the final horn, get the breakdown of every key moment, performance, and player reactions. It's your one-stop shop for all things game day. Catch the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Food Sausages makes their meat with nothing but the best local ingredients. From chicken, beef, and pork, their gluten-free sausages are packed with flavor. Every single bite. Get a 10% discount when mentioning Edmonton Sports Talk in-store or use the code EST when shopping online at foodsausages.ca. Plus, you get free delivery on orders of $100 or more. Find them at 6736 99th Street. Food Sausages. You can't beat our meat.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as a ninja fighting off evil samurai.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Your brand deserves more than just a whisper, it deserves a buzz. At the Hive Product Marketing, they specialize in promotional products that bring the buzz. From eye-catching giveaways to unforgettable keepsakes, they got the perfect products to make your brand stand out and get noticed. Visit the Hive Product Marketing and let them create the buzz your business deserves. The Hive Product Marketing, the official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Talk. Visit them online at thehiveproductmarketing.com.
All right, appreciate you tuning in this afternoon. My name is Reid Wilkins, and he, of course...
I know who you are. Jason Milne of the Reid Wilkins Show, 3 to 6 p.m. on Edmonton Sports Talk. Have you come at long last?
Your arrival makes people so happy.
I love it.
Jason Milne.
I think the bookbinder is someone that might have some legs here.
Bringing joy wherever he goes. We are over 200 thumbs up. Thank you so much, Nasties. Thanks for enjoying the show. We love bringing it to you. We love talking about sports, life, food, just basically having laughter and joy with all of you. And the live stream does not end at 6 tonight. It continues from 6 to 7 with the Oil Stream pregame show with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas. And then they are on after the game as well to break down the Oilers' last game before the Four Nations break. The Oilers are 34-16-4, first in the Pacific Division. The Avalanche are 32-22-2. Again, Trent Miner is the goaltender tonight for the Colorado Avalanche. Skinner expected to go for the Oilers. Jeff Skinner expected to be up there on a line with Draisaitl again, as he's been playing a lot better lately. Here's that interesting clip that Leon Draisaitl said today about Jeff Skinner's journey this season.
Yeah, I think he's
obviously, some moments where, maybe he needed to learn how to, be in a winning environment and play that type of hockey and what it takes. But he's been great all year. Obviously, his ice time has been limited at times, and that's really hard as a skilled player if you're not getting the looks and you're not feeling the way that you normally feel. That's tough to adjust sometimes. But I think he did a great job of that, and obviously I think we had a good game. We created some looks, didn't give up overly much defensively. So yeah, I'm looking forward to continuing to build some chemistry with him, and hopefully there's more and we can create a great line.
Tom Gazzola is going to join us. Really interesting comment, Tom. First of all, hi, how are you doing? You look great. Thanks for coming on. All that regular radio stuff to welcome you to the show. Really interesting comment by Draisaitl today that Jeff Skinner had to learn how to be part of a winning environment. I found that fascinating that he said that.
That sounds like harsh reality, doesn't it? Like that's not a backhanded compliment, but it's like a very raw statement. And I guess, Chris Knobloch didn't really tell us that up front, but he kind of told us in his subtle little ways and showed us in his subtle little ways by not playing Jeff Skinner some games or not putting him in the top six. So Jeff Skinner has been a very good NHL player, all-star caliber, 40-goal scorer. But guys, he has been on a lot of crappy teams for a long time. And I think that's the harsh reality of what we're seeing. And I guess, I think I said it a couple of times earlier this season that it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks in the NHL. And Jeff Skinner is an old dog in the NHL. Maybe he picked up a new trick. I don't know. We'll see.
Tommy, I wanted to ask you about these lines as they are right now. Obviously Skinner's up with Draisaitl and Podkolzin. Arvidsson's on the top line. I think this is more or less when those transactions were made in the offseason. This is more or less the way Oilers fans thought this team would look. Maybe not exactly, but having those scorer types up on the top six. And to add to that, in the last 10 games, all four lines of the Oilers have at least contributed a minimum of 5 goals. So there is some secondary scoring happening. Is this the way that you see this, carrying forward towards the playoffs and into the playoffs? Is this kind of maybe something, a sampling of what Oilers fans should expect to see?
Good question, Jay. I honestly am a little bit surprised that we're seeing Arvidsson and Skinner. Well, not so much Arvidsson, but Podkolzin for sure. Skinner, after everything that's gone on this season, for him to be given this promotion, which I think he has deserved. I'll reiterate that. But maybe at the start of the year, if everything went well, according to plan, like we assumed it would, these two guys in Arvidsson and Skinner would be in the top six. They'd be having good seasons. They'd be, around 35 to 40 points. That hasn't happened. So I suppose in a roundabout way, it's kind of where it should be. Podkolzin being the exception, I suppose. And then Nugent Hopkins, who has generally been a top six, is third line center tonight. So that's kind of interesting. I found these lines to be kind of intriguing. Noah Philp being sent down yesterday, it raised my eyebrow, but at the same time, I understand. Go get him some games down in the AHL. Let him gain some confidence. I think we will see him again. And then the Oilers are going to ride with the forwards that they have available to them on the roster tonight and knock on wood, hope for no injuries. So I think this is kind of a mishmash, but at the same time, Jay, yeah, maybe a bit of a test with Jeff Skinner to see if he can maintain this responsible level of play, because he has been good defensively. And Arvidsson had a okay night in Chicago and scored a really nice goal. And these guys are supposed to be, and they were labeled as top six guys. And tonight's a night where it's like, okay, you guys have played good enough to earn that right. Go and get it.
Tom, some references that maybe this break is coming at the right time, and we've talked about it sort of being that dog days time of year for not just the Oilers, but for teams around the league. A bit of an unusual schedule at times for the Oilers over the last month. Now, Connor and Arvidsson and Ekholm don't get a break. Leon will. I don't know if players would take a 2-week break if they had a choice, but they're getting almost 2 weeks basically. But I love this response today from Leon Draisaitl when asked if he's going to watch the Four Nations face-off.
Yeah, if I have time and it's on TV, I'll certainly be tuning in and watching it. It's going to be some of the best hockey ever. So I'm excited to follow it along.
Yeah, sounds thrilled.
He's not watching anything. You know what he's doing? He's sitting at the beach somewhere. And if it's on and he sees highlights on his phone, he'll watch it. He'll text Connor. He'll text Arvidsson and Ekholm and see what's going on and how they're doing. But that guy, I mean, that was very nice of him. And that line about that being the best hockey ever.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss. What a sell, Leon. What a sell.
Yeah.
That's the league's best player right there this season, telling you he loves the Four Nations face-off.
Quick thought, wherever you want to go with this trade or an unknown goaltender. Quick thought on the Avalanche. I know I've seen some, I'd be scared to play the Avalanche in the first round from Oilers fans. I'm kind of like, I don't know. I don't think the Oilers should be afraid to play anyone in the playoffs, even the Winnipeg Jets. But, any comment on the Avalanche coming into this game tonight?
Take advantage of them. Reid, Jay, guys, honestly, we saw on Wednesday night, there wasn't much left in the tank with the Oilers, right? Like that, they struggled to win that game against Chicago, and it's not ideal. Fans weren't overly amused with how they won the game, but they won the game. They've got back-to-back victories, and they have a chance to go into this break with a 3-game heater. That's a perfect scenario. How they got there, not great, sure. And we break down and we nitpick the minutia of it, and that's the nature of what we do in this market. But with the Avalanche, and being I don't know if worried or concerned, the Avs are a good team. Okay, they have issues. They just rock their tectonic plates, if you will, in their world with that trade. Seriously, and they're dealing with the aftermath right now. And what they did get was a really good player in Martin Necas. They do have better goaltending than they did earlier this season. They do have 2 of the best game players in the game in the world in Cale Makar and Nathan MacKinnon, that they're not going to be a bad team with those guys there. And so they're just kind of regrouping. That's how I look at it. And if the Oilers face them in the playoffs, would I be worried if I was an Oiler fan? Maybe a little bit, okay?
Right.
But, listen, every team that's going to make the playoffs in the Western Conference, and I think we talked about it yesterday a little bit, these are all good teams in the West. The Eastern Conference is the weaker conference, and there are easier matchups in the East. I think in the West, if you go down the list, it's going to be a tough out for anybody in the first round, and I think we could see some fireworks. But honestly, it's more so about the Oilers, how they're playing, how they're rounding into form. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I truly believe that they are building up another championship run, and the way they've done it has been not pretty this year, but it's been effective. And at the end of the day, they've gotten the job done. And I ultimately think that if we're talking about the Oilers in the 3rd week of June, and they happen to lift that nice silver trophy over their heads, and it takes them 6 or 7 games against whoever they face from the East, and there is a roller coaster ride of emotions, that'll just be the lore of the 2024-25 Oilers. And, it might not be pretty, but they get the job done. And that's kind of their MO this season.
Tom Gazzola here for our game of the night for Play More tables and games, from ping pong and pool tables to darts and dome hockey, plus all the classic arcade action you could ask for. Visit Canada's game room experts.
Games. Oh,
do it again.
Play it again.
Locations in Edmonton or Calgary, or online at playmoregames.ca.
Can I ask you guys something?
Yes.
Do they have my favorite game at Play More Tables and Games? Do you know what it's called? That's the one.
That's the one, baby. That's the one. Do you want to do word of the day?
Yeah, I'd love to play along. I love word of the day.
Oh, good.
With Reid and Jay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
What do they got to say?
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you.
Let's find out.
English, do you speak it?
Okay, now do you want to do it yourself or do you want to do it together? Because Matt Sakaris just did it himself.
Oh.
Or do you want to hear the word and then decide?
Well, how about, Jay, you throw it out there, right?
Yep.
Then we got to spell it and figure out the definition.
Okay, so we got to our goal is to 150 is 2 words of the day. So this is word of the day number 1.
Okay,
it's demarcation.
Oh, I know that one. That's easy. Well,
Yeah,
actually,
I
I don't
know
know
that.
how to spell it. The definitions is easy.
You don't know how to spell it?
I can't remember how it's spelled.
Yeah, you do. Don't
I know.
overthink
I think
it.
I know. Demarcation. Can I take a crack at it?
Yeah,
Yes.
go.
DEMARCATION.
Yes, and a demarcation is like some sort of an indicator to indicate something being I'm not doing.
You would insert a line of demarcation at a certain point.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
the specification of boundaries.
Right. So, for example,
okay.
the track and field measurer in the long jump put a demarcation of the world record.
There you go. We are on to word of the day number 2. This one is not as easy, fellas. Malapropism.
Okay,
malapropism.
Malapropism.
You want to spell it out, Reid, or do you want me to?
Yeah, I'll try to spell it.
Okay.
MALAPPROPISM. That's not right? Okay, sorry, Tom.
One, you had too many peas. Drinking too much water. MALAPROPISM.
Okay, but this is just me and Tom discussing this. I believe to malappropriate something would be to acquire something through sort of illegal or shady means. I think so. I think the definition would be like malapropism would be, the way the way the memorabilia guy in the back alley got Leon sticks was a malapropism. Something like that. Well, I was just discussing it with Tom. We're just discussing it. We're just discussing it.
Why can't we just discuss it,
We're just
Jay? Why are you so
discussing it.
mean?
I know who you are. Jason Milne of the Reid Wilkins.
By the way, I just want to say I watched that bit like 4 times last night at the gym, and I was laughing my ass off, and people were probably staring at me being like, who is this idiot and what is he doing? And they're right. I'm an idiot, and I was laughing at the bookbinder.
Do you want me to use this in a sentence?
Yes. We were just discussing it.
Boo, you suck.
It's lovely to see all of you on this suspicious occasion, our host said. A flurry of snickers were heard in the reply. The malapropism she had, of course, meant to call it auspicious was characteristic.
Oh, so is it actually the improper usage of a word then? I did not know that. So,
Malapropism is an amusing error that occurs when a person mistakenly uses a word that sounds like another word, but that has a very different meaning. Suspicious, auspicious.
Okay. Or what's the word we have in the commercial? Palpable?
Oh, palpable.
We have palatable. It's supposed to be palpable.
Palatable. Yeah.
So, Tom, after the game tonight, you want to get together for some
Dungeons and Dragons.
No, Jay, that'll have to wait. I'd like to get together for a party, that's for sure.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay. I'm going to see you at the rink.
I will see you at the rink, Mr.
And of
Jay,
course,
you look great.
Everybody
Thanks,
will see and hear Tom in about 5 minutes on the Oil Stream pregame show with Hernan Salas, Oilers and Avalanche at 7. I'm on my way to the rink. Great work. Zachary Kubusch. He's the glue guy, Jason Milne. I'm Reid. Have a great weekend.